fi kenn ci ñoom suñu gan nag du kenn ku dul MODOU LAMIN Biram Ba di jàmbur bu Banjul North maanaam National Assembly member for Banjul North moom mooy suñu gan tey ci sunu réew dinañu waxtaan ak moom nag ci ponk yi nga xam ne moom la ñu dëxëñ bokk na ci lu ñu nar a waxtaanee nag mooy umpale woon li ni njiiti réew mi Adama Barrow mi ngi woon foofee ci United States doon waxtaanee li nga xam ne wala bokk doon teewee li nga xam ne mooy juróom-ñaar fukki lu ndajeek juróom-ñeent yu mbootaayu xeet yi maanaam 79 United General Assembly bu ñu doon amal foofee ca United States moom njiitu réew mi mu ngi fa woon yëkkati na fay ay kaddu dinañ waxtaan ci kaddu yi mu yëkkati foofu gis nañ leneen loo xam ne itam xew na fa ci yu mel ni ay protestes yoo xam ne gis nañ ko ci ñenn ci ay Gambians yu ko def foofu ba sax di mën na su koo tuddee wala sax attaque wala duñ ko mën a tuddee sax ci ñenn ci ay ministers yu nekkoon foofee doon ñaxtu ci seen kaw loolu it dinañ ci waxtaan waaye dinañ waxtaan lu jëm ci li nga xam ne mooy draft constitution bi ndax moom jàmbur la maanaam National Assembly member la te dis draft constitution ñu ngi koy njort ne fii ak December war naa dem fi nga xam ne mooy ci National Assembly loolu itam dinañ ci waxtaan ak moom daañu dugg itam ci comment segment bi loolu dinañ ci waxtaan waaye moom itam dinañ waxtaan ak moom ci pandaw gi ndax National Assembly member la waaye itam dafa am ci langue gum bokk loolu itam dinañ ci waxtaan ak lenn ci projet yoo xam ne mi ngi koy def foofee ca Banjul loolu yi dinañ ko waxtaanee tey jii lii lañ nas ci programme bi ak yéen te dinañ ko nocci ci kanam ak yéen tey nag Sirifo Sonko dina ñëw ci kanam dab ñu kii di Abdoulaye Bojang mi ngi fi Matar Sène mi ngi fi Mamadi Kurang moom itam mu ngi fi su ko defee ñoom ku ci nekk daal mi ngi fi fas yéene ñu jàngat li nga xam ne mooy waxtaan wi nga xam ne suñu guest bi dina ko daal di amal benn leeral boo xam ne dinaa ko defaat ndax tamit dafa baax ñu koy def mooy ñoom ñi ñëpp ñu indi fi ay jàngatkat leen maanaam ay panélistes leen yoo xam ne dañu ñëw fii pour analyse topic yi ñuy waxtaanee ak tamit gan yi ñu fi indi seen kàddu yi ñuy ruusal ñoom tamit ñu ci indi li nga xam ne mooy seen jàngat indiwuñ fi Mamadi Kurang ngir mu represent PDOIS indiwuñ fi Matar ngir mu represent NPP indiwuñ fi Abdoulaye Bojang ngir mu represent Noto Alliance indiwuñ fi Sirifo Sonko pour UDP ñoom ku ci nekk da nga bokk ci programme bi man ni may hosé programme bi ñoom tamit noonu lañ bokkee ci programme ges yi dañ ciy faral di waxtaan yeneen ak yeneen kon noonu lañ fi indi waaye ku ci nekk itam xëy na buy jàngat du ñàkk yow muy sitaan ak noo ko gisee loolu itam nangul nañ leen ko ñu nuyu suñu gan gi am mbégte bu yaatu yaatu tey honorable dalal la fii nga xam ne mooy suñu réew di am mbégte bu baax a baax bàyyi la rek nga nuyoo laata may ñëw suñu jàngatkat yi ak bañ ñu dugg ci li nga xam ne mooy topic bi su ko defee rek ma bàyyi la nga nuyoo ak ñi sitaan Eyeafrica.
waaw jërëjëf Garmi Mr Mbaye maa ngi bugg a seize opportunity bi tamit pour nuyu Mr Bojang Mr Sen ak Mr Kurang ñoo xam ne tey ñoo nekk si plateforme bi Wangum pour ñu waxtaan lu am solo comme noo ko waxee si sa introduction bi waaye tamit di seize opportunity bi tamit pour nuyu képp koo xam ne mu ñoo seetaan di jiital nuyu bi nag si waa Banjul North ñoo xam ne tey ñoo ma jox the mandate pour ma represent leen si pencum réew mi as their voice as somebody who they believe and trust pour make sure ne whatever they want to address especially when it comes to seen needs and seen concern gars yi jël loolu yëpp teg ko suma loxo maa leen ko yóbbul si pencum réew mi waaye tamit di nuyu tamit kilifa Banjul yi yëpp parce que tey dégg la National Assembly member Banjul North la waaye soo ko bàyyi xel tamit I am not only representing Banjul North constituency but beyond so da ngaa gis ne maa ngi nuyu képp koo xam ne tamit mu ngi si réew mi nekk Gambian koo xam ne tamit sa nekkut Gambian waaye yaa ngi si réew mi maa ngi laa nuyu di la wax ne kontaan naa torop pour nekk si plateforme bi tey parce que plateforme bi la fa nekk loo xam ne man mii suma boppa dama ko lee follow a lot te dama lee gis tamit ba pare jànga si lot of arguments yoo xam ne di ngeen ko lee teg si table bi loo xam ne yëpp comme noo ko waxee rek ñu bari mun naa am ni ñu ko gisee mooy based on their party sentiments waaye comme nu ko programme bi définir rek suñu réew la fa nekk lu am solo nekk loo xam ne képp Gambian boo xam ne wan feel nga ne you are a proud Gambian and also a good citizen war ngaa mun a ñëw si plateforme bi pour wax loo xam ne la fa nekk loo xam ne dina yóbbu réew bi kanam parce que man dama believe in one thing a problem that is not solved is still a problem but a problem that is solved is no more a problem and as a concerned citizen of this country I believe I must play my part especially bu ma demee ba nekk at the apex level, that is being part of the apex authority in this country. I think it is something loo xam ne waruma koo caaxaane as an individual. te war na moo nekk loo xam ne dëgg la ndaw leen waaye ñu ngi solu yére kilifa boo xam ne ñu bari dañu lay déglu. so lu ñoo wax rek dañoo make sure ne tamit it is something responsible and it is based on facts. because ñun waruñoo wax waxi laam-laame. dañ war a wax loo xam ne dañ ko wér si luñ lifin càmbar ba xam ne lii mooy dëgg bi. te tàngoot ne tamit ne am nga ñoo xam ne sa plateforme bi wax dëgg neex yàlla xam leen lu ñoo def xam leen tamit lu ñoo wax di leen a gërëm di leen a sant di leen a wax ne asalaamaaleykum si plateforme bu important.
thank you jërëjëf su ko defee mu nuyu Abdoulaye.
jërëjëf kontaan nañ si suñu guest bi kontaan nañ si déglukat yi ak ñuy seetaan fii ak bitim réew ñu ngi ñaan yàlla mu defar mu yombal liggéey bi suñu njiit yi yëpp ko képp foo ne munti nekka soo nekkee njiit ñu ngi ñaan yàlla mu yombal la dëkk bi ñu mun a am lu ñu bugga maa ngi nuyu suma brothers yëpp ñu fi nekka maa ngi nuyu everybody it's a pleasure to be on the platform.
thank you Matar.
jërëjëf Garmi salaamaaleykum mbokk yi déglu programme bi yëpp ñu ngi seetaan maa leen di nuyu bu baax a baax te am mbégte ak kontaante si honorable National Assembly member Mr Bah si teewaayam di ko dalal nag si programme bi di nuyu askan bi seetaan yëpp di use opportunity bi rek pour jaale suñu anti ñaari anti yëpp suñu maam ak suñu anti ñu génn àdduna am umi bari mi nekk Bakaw ñu ngi ko jaale di ko jaale mbokkam yi di ko jaale ñëpp ñi nga xam ne ñu ngi woon si dëj bi ak ñi nga xam ne mooy APRC ak alliance bi ñu àndal partners yëpp jigéen boo xam ne it was very close to me nekk nit ku baax koo xam ne bëgg na réew mi lool moo gaañu barki démba lañ ko rob ñu ngi use opportunity pour jaale ko Garmi di nuyu ñu nekk si plateforme bi yëpp di nuyu management ak staff bu Eyeafrica TV caméraman ak ñu ne techniciens yëpp dellusiwaat nañ si programme bi ñuy ñaan yàlla suñu borom bi rek lépp lu ñu waxtaanee fii mu jëriñ réew mi.
amiin monsieur Kuran.
asalaamaaleykum Garmi jërëjëf. nuyu naa la nuyu sa crew bi. di nuyu suñu déglukat yi yëpp. bëgg a nuyu itam suma ko panélistes and special greetings si honorable nu mu fi ñëwee loolu good move la.
and he's one of your favorite MPs.
my favorite MP lu tax ma wax loolu dafa history daf ci am parce que moom suma MP la in real because Tobacco Road foofu laa nekkoon time school suma time ndaw Tobacco Road laa nekkoon Talifa Bala so ma gis ne very proud to see somebody di represent area boobu noonu ñëw fii war a waxtaan ak ñun dafa mel ni moom he's interested comme nu mu ko waxee joxe xalaatam seet naka la ñoo yóbbee réew mi moo tax bu ma gisee sa advertisement bi mu kontaan ma parce que Tobacco Road moom foog naa kër bu nekk xam naa fa nit wala nit xam na ma fa du tey since depuis late 80s and 1990s so maa ngi ko nuyu di ko welcome as my Banjul North MP buga exchange xalaat ak moom ci plateforme bi.
thank you so much mi ngo xam naa Sirifo dinañu dab si yoon bi su ko defee rek ñu door xam naa Hadi ci coo ñu mën a indi li nga xam ne rek mooy président Barrow speech bi mu def foofu ci United Nations General Assembly mën nga ko teg ci ginnaaw rek honorable dañuy ñëw ci gis nañ njiiti réew mi waaye laata ñuy ñëw ci speech bi xam naa dañ bëgg a waxtaanee délégation bi ndax ñun man mënuma confirm ne nangami nit ñoo dem waaye ñu bëri ci Gambien si dañ dee bëgg a xam su président bi seen président di attend yenn yu mel nii délégation bi ñen ñoo war a dem ñu bëri dañ dee criticize ne sometimes dañ dee yóbbu ñoo xam ne sax daanaka du ko dee jar tey ji United Nations General Assembly président bi dem na fa attend na ànd na ak yenn ci délégation am na ñoo ak ñuy estimate xam nga bu fekkee ñoom ñu war a leeralul xam naa rumeur bi tam dina bëri te nit ñi ku ne dina jàpp am na ñu naan 50 ñi naan 70 ku nekk ak li nga jàpp bot di exact number man xaw ma ko bon li ci am ba am booy nit ñi criticize neen ñàkk fësal li nga xam ne mooy délégation bi ak tamit am nañu criticiser tam ne am na ñu gis foofu ñu dem daanaka jaruñu fa foofu dara so first of all nan ngay jàngatee suñ njiit mi buy génn daaw gis ngeen bi mu demee woon àndoon ak délégation bu bari boo xam ne ñu bari criticiser nañ ko ren tamit di same thing balaa ñu ñëw si speech bi ak yeneen yu fa xew yëpp dañ bëgg nga joxe sa jàngat rek ci loolu su ko defee ma ñëw ci sama panélistes yi laata ñuy dugg nag ci speech bi pour analyse ko ñëwaat tamit ci lu fa xew noonu.
waaw jërëjëf Garmi loolu laajte ni lu am solo la waaye tamit sometimes dama lay wax ne ñun Gambian si always dañ lay laajte the wrong question at the right time astafurlah sorry the right question at the wrong time because lu xew mooy président bi how many times la lay tukki si at bi nobody question ban delegation la lay demal then why this particular delegation waaye tamit notwithstanding ñun xam nañ ne dañ nekk si dëkk boo xam ne comme like ñu ngi progress gradually as a country waaye tamit in that particular moment war nañoo mun a seet tamit naka la ñoo minimiser suñ expenditure which is indeed very important and loolu xam naa ne Mr. Kurang will help us as an economist in terms of financial discipline the problem that we have in this country is like da ngaa dem ba mag ñu bugg laa jàngal wala bugg a jël attitude dugal ko si yow in terms of financial discipline which is a very wrong approach as a country lu ñu war a def mooy let's target the young for example as at least let's say primary 3 let's put it in them you understand what it means to take care of a country and what it means to spend financially and what it means where to put your funds tey da ngaa gis ne comme like why nit yi ñuy criticize most of the people cannot tell you the figure even including myself because it didn't come to parliament for approval the number of people that are going to the US for the United Nations General Assembly but notwithstanding I know that a large crowd accompanied the president but how necessary was that which is indeed something law hamnet come like as a parliamentarian I have all right to question it as part of my accountability or oversight function because understanding that as parliament we are the apex authority given the mandate by the constitution to perform our oversight functions to all government institutions including the office of the president so looking at the financial situation of this country right now some people might give blind eye to it but to be honest, and sometimes I bring it to the attention of the Minister of Finance, that for me, I see our economy as a stagnant economy. It's not moving, it's not progressing. And that is the truth. But what mechanisms are we putting in place, especially through the Ministry of Finance? More that responsibility to advise the President with all financial situations of this country, what is feasible and what is not feasible. But we will put all development agendas aside and prioritize such thing. Because it is something all Gambians will always wait and look forward to and criticize and say whatever they want to say. But what are we doing to avoid situations like this? So these are concerns you come like we have to start from. Okay. And I think this is the frank discussion that we should put on the table. Okay. Why I am saying all these things is because of the issue of accountability. Because what I was expecting was, it is something annually all countries that are part of the United Nations do gather in the US to have this United Nations General Assembly. To talk about issues pertaining to their countries and also by extension the entire globe. But the expectation, people that will accompany our president will be people of relevance. People that will be useful in terms of bringing back something to this country. Because one thing that happened in this country, even it happened in the parliament, parliamentarians travel and they never bring back anything to this country. I am saying it and I am on record. And this needs to stop. and we can go further so any time will give us.
Yeah.
I can tell you, man, you must travel on behalf of Parliament, what I have done in terms of bringing it back to my country.
Yeah, I'm not
Because I believe that I cannot be paid taxpayers' money to travel. Them see hotel, pay for my hotel rent or for my hotel whatever fee. Leka suma leka, attend meeting, bapre ñew back to my country. And I say yes, demona deki sangam. And it was just like that.
Yeah.
These are the things that we should change as a country.
Okay.
Magi gisoon government bi mu ngi jëloon a move ne yes.
Yeah, travel ban.
Travel ban. Travel ban daf lay nekk wax rek.
waaw amoon na exception tamit.
te lu may wax mooy su ma ne travel ban daf lay nekk wax rek. dañ lay jël excuse ne fully funded.
Okay.
yaa ngi understand wala la fa nekk war a nekk statutory trip. My brother or my brothers here. ñun xam nañ ne trips yu bari fii is statutory. And you must go and attend those trips. But at the end of the day, what are those trips bringing back to this country? Man, suma nekon the current government, what I will do is that any individual, you travel on behalf of the Gambia and you've been paid taxpayers' money, you'll be accounted for when you come back. What do you bring back for the Gambia? And if nothing, that trip will never repeat itself.
Okay.
So these are ways and means we should be enlightened and widen our horizon in terms of understanding that we must be ready to run this country.
Thank you. Yes, dinaa ñëwaat ci yow loolu xam naa balaa ñu dugg si speech bi ak yooyu noonu yëpp just lii pour ngeen def seen jàngat rek mooy gis nañ président bi dem bi mënuñoo xam nag ñaata la àndal ba ñu bëri dañ di critère délégation bi mu doon àndat te demoon nañ ba jamono government bi through di government spokesperson Ibrahima Ji Sangaré mu wax ne def nañ li nga xam ne mooy travel ban waaye amoon na exception lu ko waral nag bokk na ngir gën a yaxanal waaye foog naa ne tamit bu ñuy dem ci yu mel noonu nit ñi ñuy àndal defe naa ne bu fekkee amuñ fa solo trop ndax ñu bëri dañuy critère ne dañuy yóbbu ay parti militants wala ñoo xam ne bu ñu demee foofu daanaka duñu am dara luñ mën a indiwaat fii so nan ngay jàngate tri bu président Barrow bi ak ñi nga xam ne ànd na ko ñu bëri wax nañ nag high power delegation la àndal dem fi nga xam ne mooy United States.
jërëjëf kontaan naa si waxtaan bu ñu nekk di def especially the open and frank discussion gis nga dëkk bi dafa part of the last statements is we have to be ready to run this country. That's the truth. Dëkk bi foog ñu pare liggéey ko yóbbu ko kenn du musa ñëw liggéeyal dëkk bi Gambien yi ñu ngi fii ñoo koy liggéey te bokk na si liggéey ñu waxante dëgg loolu rek la you see ñun yëpp dañ dee follow these proceedings at the UN ña kan moo wax kan moo def nii kan moo def nii yes we understand it's important pour àdduna fu ñooy daje Gambia tamit yóoni nit ñi waaye dëkk bi nag mooy nit ñi su ñoo yóoni nit ñi ñun tamit war nañoo yóoni waaye si ban anam ban dalil ak ñun lan la ñoo njëriñ si loolu noonu ñun already we are a net importer ñun pampas sax dañ ko dee asi lifin tissue paper sax dañ ko dee asi fii nañu xool lu am njëriñ si ñun li nga xam ne is productive ñu dugga si yooyu noonu yeneen tukki yi nañu waxante dëgga amul solo président bi su demee foofu ak let's say even 10 ministers is okay 5 ministers is okay waaye ngay yóbbu yu nga xam ne mooy loolu bii nag gisuma duusaano waaye last time gisoon naa duusaano di làkk anglais foko yooyu noonu nga laajte sa boppa duusaano lan la mooy def in the US for what lan la mooy def foofu noonu so dégg bi mooy we spend a lot on travel li nga xam ne jugaluñu dara as a country xëy na nit dina ñëw waaw travel dafa baax parce que danga day mitante ak partners yi nga mite ak lii ak nii bañuñ loolu yëpp waaye lu ñu nekk di wax mooy after meeting bi Gambie ni lan lañ gis lan nga asi every time yaa ngi dem UN General Assembly before loolu sax yaa ngi am in fact yaa ngi am permanent representative yaa ngi am other apparatuses in the UN system yu nga xam ne lu bari mun nañ la ko defal Nigeria demuñ di this time around because dañu wax ne like the president himself dañu wax ne lu mu amee si taabulam dafa bëri munta dem so lii ma foog ne suñu xoolee Gambia suñu koom-koom suñu xaalis suñu dee dugga war nañ xoolaat you know jarut di yóbbu 70 people 60 people 50 people te ñuy waa du passé even 10 honestly it doesn't make sense suma papa amut paracetamol keneen yaayam amut so I think we should really look at these things ñu cot suñu cost bi beneen tamit wax na ko te maa ngi sant yàlla wax na ko fii mooy ñu di ñun let's say ñun we cannot rectify the Gambia because suñu attitude fu mu ne nii am nañu roots in our system they are rocks we either die with them or we they you know ku bugg a change loolu rek nga yaaxañu waaye xale yi moo tax many engagements I have had side discussions at conference center especially when this stake of the nation engagement was around there is what you call financial literacy man I'm a certified financial education instructor registered fine you can understand the National Financial Education Council in Las Vegas under that. This is my advocacy. I have engaged, for example, the army, the police, Gambia prisons, and everywhere. Even National Assembly member of all you know. How do we begin to educate people financially? Luther, it gives them that discipline. Discipline is so amutrek. Bo mage yo don't ham yo inun. Bo ko hame late. And these are the right things that we should be talking about. You see, curriculum, bi suñu janga bi ñu commencé di jangal nit ñi affaire yi xaalis, especially xaalis bu nga moomut. Loolu is something that we really need to do. And all he said, these are the right things. ñu def am nañ ko.
Thank you. Matar, tribu comme président bi mu dem United Nations General Assembly balaa ñuy ñëw ci jàngat kàddu yu mu fa yëkkati dañ bëgg rek dikk ci ñu bari dañuy criticize comme buy dem délégation bu muy àndal ñu bari jàpp ne mënoon naa ñàkk ngir gën a yaxanal li nga xam ne mooy koom nan nga jàngatee yow yooyu.
jërëjëf Garmi dama delluwaat rek si honorable National Assembly member waxoon na ko si beginam bi wa ba am solo mooy lu tax UN General Assembly is the big question for the Gambian people because dañ feel ne maybe it's a little bit discriminated that because America la waaye President Barrow ak nguuram bi mu jëlee 2016 ba tey at bu jot gis naa seen délégation bi mu ngi wàññeeku ndombo bi nag comme ñun ñëpp xamuñ ko man tam dama jàpp ne rek man tam xawma ko waaye bi liberté leer mooy fooguma ne government dinañ yóbbu ku xam ne amul njëriñ foofu mën naa ne waaye bu fekkee ne dafa am sax man du ma nangutoo loolu du ma ko nangu ne war naa continuer di am lépp luñ ko mën a wàññee pour cost bi nga xam ne moo involve ñu wàññi ko parce que nag wax dëgg yàlla mun naa fatt yeneen bunta moo tax bi ñu déggoon nguur gi ne wàññi na yeneen tukki yi man dama si am kontante parce que tukki yi tamit dafa jëriñ National Assembly member waxaat na ne dañu waroon a tax government dafa waroon a tax every key stakeholder bi nga xam ne dafay génne dëkk bi su génnee dëkk bi mu indi resource boo xam ne dafay jëriñ réew mi xam naa ne nag tukki bi government dem nii dana indi lot of njëriñ man nag dama suma gëm bi ne képp ku fa dem rek war naa dem dégg naa ñeneen ñi di mention some political parties xam naa ne kii di comme ku mel ni suñu ki nga xam ne mooy NPP National Women Mobiliser gis naa gars yi di ko coow social media bi dama ne dama bëgg ngeen buñ leen di separate government and the party President Barrow is from a political party that forms government ñi nga xam ne ñoo ko campagnal ñoo ko taxawu ñoo ko jàppale ba mu nekk président mënul jógewut from the sky rek ñëw taxaw dafa am a group of people that organize themselves that work hard to make sure ne président Barrow na jiite réew mi mu continuer jiite réew mi ñooñu tamit am nañ role and responsibility pour naka la ñoo def seen parti bi mu dem si beneen jeego su fekkee ne yóbbuwaale leen dina am score bi mu am pour Gambia because lépp lu ñoo indi pour réew mi la yóbbuwaale leen du nekk loo xam ne war naa nekk lu ñuy coow too much waaye nag gars yi moom bu la féeboo rek nga noppi bu la féeboo rek coow bi ñëw na just remember 2016 bi coalition bi jëlee ñun ñëpp fi lañ nekkoon bi ñu amee ñoom ñëpp a move over 100 people ñi naan 80 ñi naan 90 people ñoo move dem ñu toppa train boobu noonu kenn complain because the people complaining they were in the system because féeboo na leen da nga enjoy affaire yi léegi nag ñoom gis nañ ne léegi foofu moom mu ngi baax ñu noppi waaye bi mu ñëwee to the end bokkatuñ government wala nekkatuñ ci enjoy nañ those status quo then ñu start complain waaye lii realistique mooy National Assembly member wax ko te dama ko d'accord 100% mooy why the UN General Assembly mooy always nekk a big question mark for the Gambian people. And secondly nañ di tax authorities yi tukki bu ñëwee ñu indil ñu resource su boobaa foog naa ne coow yi di war naa dem ak di warta dem ñii ñoo war a dem ak ñii ñoo warta dem dina wàññeeku because dinañ xam ne kii dem na même su fekkee dafa indi lu jëriñ parti ba parti bi doomi Gambien si ñoo fa nekk te réew mi la nekk loolu c'est a plus to the Gambian people bu fekkee ne réew mi la bu xam ne institution bi la boo xam ne nguur gi la ak lu mun a dem rek mun naa nekk loo xam ne jëriñ la si nekk but the bottom line is if it is possible pour ñu limit wala ñu maximize profit at the end of the day as a nation we have to do that.
Thank you Mr. Kurang comme jàngat booy def rek ci ñu bari dañuy wax président délégation bi muy àndal rawatina buy dem United Nations General Assembly comme niñ ko waxee rek xamuñ ndombo bi comme duñ ko mën a confirm balaa lawyer mi di ñu traité pour suñu waaw loolu leen koy bañ waat ndax nan ngay jàngatee mbir moom ndax ñu bari ñu ngi koo critiquer ci askan bi ci délégation buy dem.
am na solo daal pour waxtaan si lii. Comme honorable nu mu ko waxee. You know, we have to be prepared to run our country. And number one thing mooy to talk about public expenditure. You know, xaalis bi fu moo duga. You know, ndax jar na faa duga. wax na fi you know lu am solo comme su fekkee ne moom honorable taxaw na mu ne anytime that anybody asks me to justify you know lu tax may tukki and naka laay tukkee I'm ready to do that. I think that's a lot of confidence in that and that's very appreciated because xam naa ñu bari ñoo xam ne soo leen ne yaa ngi tukki wax man ban dalila moo tax nga tukki ak loo fa indi duñ bugg a waxataa yow parce que you know dinañ xam ne ñoom dañ tukki rek for the sake of traveling. You know, it's more than that because so you say in the travel advice be, you know, we are going to reduce or put a ban on traveling. Yes. The country was facing a problem, deficit financing. Then leb di spend. Benga ham bor bi mungi nek a problem. Lolu mota government bi ñu condition sen bopa ñu ne we are going to limit traveling. Why you know the mere fact that ñu ngi wax te xamuñ ñaata nit moo dem even that alone is a problem because public traveling la president suy travel or if Biden is traveling dinañ la wax how many people exactly went how many journalists how many government officials there is nothing wrong with that loolu nekkut state secret that should be obvious dañu war a wax ñaata nit ñoo travel because people are calculating $200 or £200 to £300 for one night for one senior government official. So travel with 50 people, multiply it by 300, you know, you're talking about £15,000 or more, you know, in a night, in a single night for the Gambia. You know, it's a lot of money. So that kind of expenditure, munega deka bo hamne yange face problem to balance your budget. It should be a serious discussion. For me personally, you know, I was watching this Mangdon Watch UN, the president and his delegation and the issues happening. Mutombe tam, you know, with the news of the Barkway disaster. You know, I was watching them side by side, and I was very touched because, you know, people are talking, but I was asking myself, here are youths going backway because of lack of opportunity, lack of investment, no jobs. They have to go and die in the sea. And then here is a huge delegation. We don't even know how many people travel and for what reason they are traveling for. So much expenditure. So when you look at the two stories, they were happening at the same time live. You know, it hit me a lot. You know, and at a personal level, because you know, one of these members of the delegation sent down more there on Chibagway. How will they feel sitting in New York? You know, how would you feel? And you know, in you to the main issue, right? The budget and the justification, right? To traveling be, right? Who should go? Who should go is very obvious. Because so you say, for example, Diomaye, the president of Senegal, we saw him going to
China,
Silicon Valley. No, in America.
Yeah, okay.
From New York, you go to Silicon Valley. From New York, you go to California. It's very far. It's about 10 hours flight. But we know what that means. If they tell you that an African president travels from New York to Silicon Valley in California, it means something. Because anybody who knows America, you know that when you go to the Silicon Valley, you go there to talk about business. You talk about business opportunities. That's where they talk about business. That's where all the businesses are. So if you are a president, you make these arrangements. Your protocols make all these arrangements. You don't just go to America and say, oh, I'm going to California. No, you make the arrangements. New York is the political capital, but California is the business capital. So if you want to go to California, you have to go with a business delegation. You have to go with the right kind of people and then meet the right kind of people in California and talk about money, how to bring money to your country, how to bring foreign direct investment. I don't think our president has ever been to California. Why? Every president who needs business in America goes to California.
Thank you.
You must go to California. But first of all, you must know what is in California. And then to know what is in California, you must take the right people, the right advisors, the right partners to tell you we need to go to Silicon Valley and bring opportunities to this country. Because we are in an information age. Not many people are, yeah, you can go to World Bank and put money in agriculture. But if you go to California, you got to put money maybe in smart agriculture, in smart technology, right? Gambia is a young population. Everybody is into internet. All our young people are on TikTok. But they don't know that it's not about being on TikTok. It's about understanding the technology behind TikTok so that you can form your own venture.
Thank you.
This is what we mean. So just the fact that the Senegalese president goes there, it highlights to the young people in Senegal and it opens the possibilities that are there. Pour ñoom ñu xam ne suñ président bi mu ngi dem foo xam ne fa la technology bi nekk fa la investment bi nekk. But to just go to New York, from the hotel, go to the conference, meet some donors, NGOs. This world is not about NGOs. NGOs do not move a country. NGO man gisuma benn dëkk si àdduna bi nga xam ne dinañ la wax ne NGO moo ñu jógee from a poor country to a rich country.
Thank you.
No country in this world, not Malaysia, not Singapore, not Taiwan, not South Korea, no NGO, do they develop somebody. You go to another country, you have to meet investors.
Thank you. All right. Yeah, Sirifo dab nañu ci yoon bi Sirifo ci duggaguñ sax ci topic bi dañoo gis nga joxe sa analyse maanaam sa jàngat rek ci président bi dem bi délégation bi mu àndat xamuñ nag how many people ñoo bokk ci boobu délégation but nan nga koy jàngatee quickly balaa ñu ñëw ci speech bi pour ñu def ci jàngat.
Yeah, thank you so much, Garme. Dama late to that because dama hatoon tuuti. I'm very sorry for that.
It's all right.
But anyway, my new honorable is a very humble person. And I respect him for that. It's a very important question regarding the travel of the president. So one thing I think we have to change our mindset is this. Like, it doesn't mean if I was part of something, and I was, there was no progress at that time. Then when it's time for progress, we should not allow progress to come. I don't know. I don't understand exactly from my way. Nekune, my can go this time. Okay, time there should be some rightful things man defumako. So then those unlawful things or unrightful things, Lola don't nekon deficit government be. I have to allow those things to keep growing. No. I mean, world is moving. Development is coming. People are, countries are progressing. So I think we must accept those facts, understand? And come l'union muna accept ne, yes, for example, President Barrow balaa mu ñëw from airport to Senegambia tali boobu noonu amul fii understand na but whatever happened we must accept ne because of him tali boobu ñaw na understand na so but nekkul ne Yahya Jammeh tali bu mu defoon foofu noonu doesn't bring any progress dama bëgg loolu moom ñu understand loolu as a progressive thinkers you understand so President Tukiyambi goes with 90 people or so 90 people or so, according to the statistic, according to the information we had. I mean, but now, I mean, why? Why should the president goes with almost about 90 people to UN? For what? Because we all seen Gambia, our delegation, the meetings they have attended. Meeting you attend. Understand? Meeting you so where is the 90 people now? The likes of, I don't want to name names, but some of the people who were part of the delegation, we didn't even see them in any of the UN meetings. We did not even see them in any of the side meetings. At least, if you go with a large delegation, you know, some countries will go with a large delegation, but with a specific plan. They go with their own plan, like what Alaji is just saying. Like what Alaji is saying, they know that, okay, this is an opportunity for us to go to America. Now, if you go into America, you know def moy ne, they try new scatter. We all go and hunt. What we will take back home. That's what Lulen did. I remember Mali, there was a time Mali sent government be, you know, then them on Dubai. But when they were going, they went with a large delegation, But you can see, I mean, send delegation, meeting board them, meeting room board them. Then half a guy send guy for project upon project, because they plan. And then before they go to some of those meetings, they will already make their projects. But tell me, your SUNU government, when they go to UN, for example, this 2024 UN, what project? Thanks to the Minister of Youth, at least just now, understand? I mean, he gave a great speech, you understand? So he's going there, it's important. Because he gave a great speech, he gave a very good name to the Gambia. I really applaud him, you understand? But now, let's ask ourselves, where are other people, the other ministers, the other delegates, the 90 people? They were all part of the president's delegation. What were they doing in the US?
In the US, yeah.
What were they doing there? Because this is, imagine, they don't understand, this is taxpayers' money. And let's look at the economic status of this country as of now. Senegalese president goes with the delegation. But we've all seen, nyata meeting then def, nyata investment sign. That is the purpose of the travel. The president will just go into UN. The president going to UN should not just be like Mugabe. When Mugabe goes to UN, he just goes straight to the UN house, gives speak, bomb out. No. We are not being censored. So we have we have opportunity to go and interact with other donors. We have opportunity to go and fish out some of investments. Is a opportunity. Gambia have a lot of potentials. We can, we have a very good potential in terms of, agriculture, in terms of fisheries, in terms of, large industries, in terms of many things. But now, President Barrow demand every year demand to US. What? He is only there advocating for Israel, advocating for Cuba, advocating for. Come on.
Thank you.
These people have to be serious and understand that Gambia, we need something. We cannot just be advocating for people for them to give us charity. No.
Thank you.
We cannot be advocating for China and India, at the UN. No.
Thank you.
That's not our business, man.
Thank you. Migo, li jàngat la bu ñu doon def ci loolu rek waaye ba tey dañu des ci sax ci tukkib njiit réew moom kàddu yi nga xam ne yëkkati na ko foofu ca United Nations General Assembly defe naa ne ñun ñu toog fii ñu ci bari dégg nañ ci kàddu yooyu ngir rek time bëgguñoo teg li nga xam ne mooy vidéo biñ préparé woon waaye jos rek ma neem fiw ci kàddu yi nga xam ne njiiti réew mi yëkkati na ko fa bokk na ci woote li nga xam ne ngir nes la adduna si yëpp di daal di booloo ngir ñu daal di indi li nga xam ne mooy jàmm foofu ca Palestine maanaam ñu indi permanent peace foofu waaye bokk na ci tamit ci women empowerment woote waat na ci mu ngi xamal ne nguuram gi mi ngi ci bay jéego bu baax a baax ci réew mi waaye tamit woo na ci adduna si ngir ñu gën a mën a lëkkaloo ngir ñu am ci loolu wax na itam ci kàddu yi nga xam ne ba mu ko doon yëkkati ci penc mi foofu wax na ci lu jëm ci ne ci nguuram ci ba ñu ñëwee ci atum 2012 ba fu ñu toll nii la maanaam 2017 ba file nii la jàpp ñu benn journaliste boo xam ne yóbbu nañ la kaso maanaam amul benn journaliste boo xam ne dañ la seen into jail wala koo xam ne itam political prisoners la loolu tamit amut wala benn activiste boo xam ne jàpp nañ la loolu itam wax na ko ci ne am ci wàllu human rights respect li nga xam ne mooy human rights loolu nguuram gi bay na ci waaram te dina continuer di ci bay waaram honorable su ko defee rek dama lay bàyyi yow njëkk ndax yaay gan gi nga jàngat kaddu yooyu nga xam ne njiit réew mi yëkkati na ko bokk na ci lu mu wax ne nguuram gi dinañ gën a dooleel li nga xam ne wala respect li nga xam ne mooy human rights ndax indi na sax report boo xam ne joxe nañ ko 2017 ba léegi amuñu political prisoners amuñu tam benn journaliste boo xam ne jàpp nañ ko dugal ko ci kaso maanaam ñu jël la ak lu jëm ci wàllu women empowerment wax na ci ne dinañ ci gën a bay waaram ak woote bu mu wootee fi nga xam ne mooy Palestine ngir mu woote fa jàmm ndax du président kese waaye mu nekk chairman bu OIC ndax kon kàddoom boobu tamit defe naa ne am na leneen luñ ci mën a xaar dama lay bàyyi rek nga jàngat kàddu njiiti réew mi.
waaw jërëjëf once again Garmi loolu nag soo ma si laajee dina am mbégte lool pour tontu si parce que yàlla la fa def ne as an authority in this country it's always very important to listen to whatever the president say or do in this country, which is indeed very important. I can tell you I watched the entire speech, which was about 19 minutes, including Bumo Duga and Bumo Gina. That's completely 20 minutes. Comme no ko waxee rek mu wax si fànn yu bari, which was extremely excellent. According to what I understand, it was a great speech. Why the fact of the matter is, what are we doing to change all those ideas to action as a country? Parce que tey wax na mbiri jàmm, which was very key si waxam. Over 8 to 9 minutes of the 19 minutes yëpp waxi jàmm la loon wax pour àdduna bi. mu wax tamit si wàllum poverty, wax tamit si wàllum climate change, wax na sax si wàllum migration. te loolu mu ma remind Mr. Kurang lum just wax concerning whilst mu ngi seetaan the president's speech, mu ngi gis tamit the news ne ñu ngi ñàkk suñ i ndaw ñoo xam ne ñu ngi peris si Mediterranean Sea bi. foog naa ne man tamit maa ngi nekkoon si the same moment. Because as a young person, I was indeed very concerned. Ne xoolal ñun suñ jiiti réew mu ngi wax lu rafet si kanami àdduna bi. ñun Gambia right now si situation bi leen nekka. It was a very devastating moment. It was devastating in the sense ne tey gis nga xale yooyu gaal yuñ use su fekkoon ne nguur bi pare neen they would have provided them trawlers ñu dugga suñ géej yi nappa suñ jën yi ba pare di koo jaay suñu nit yi si lu yomba lii mu nekkoon benn faana loolu tax ma ne it is high time as a country we change ideas to actions ba pare ñu bàyyi wax bu bari bi parce que man dama feel like ne Gambia la fa dem ba tollu foo xam ne dëkki wax la ba pare lu neex waay wax waaye tamit at the same time ñu am nguur boo xam ne ñoom noonu la gaay bëgg a doxalee réew mi because loolu la gaay di xool loolu la gaay di seet pour doxalee réew mi te nen xam ne den am loo xam ne loolu la gaay signé seen previous episode yoo leen fi am yéen a ngi koo wax ne nguur bi la fa am a social contract with the Gambian people. And we understand ne Gambia when it learn from it te pour wax leen dëgg rek ñun fu mu nekk nii war nañoo toll foo xam ne we should have learned a lot as far as moving forward this country is concerned, which is the most unfortunate part. At the same time, during his statement, he did mention about critical things when it comes to human rights, especially the issue of arresting individuals or activists or political opponents. For God's sake, I don't think the president is always giving the right information. To me, it was like, what is this man thinking? Lalat President Adama Barrow di halat. Lat la mo wax aduna bi ni. Hana Adama Barrow la fa fatene 3 years jotna. We are arrested and put to jail, Maltu, for how many months? Are they not political prisoners? And Hana legi Maltu is not a jail. Hamga sometimes ability act, which unfortunately, to my own understanding, it was enacted in 2021 and assented to by himself in 2021 before the presidential election. So if the judiciary or the Ministry of Justice decided to give such a president wrong information and is equal to the plenary, they go present in front of parliament, I am like, something is really going on. And I think all these things, locally waral moy, the issue of putting our data accordingly, which is indeed a concern in this country. Man, poor man is like, why do we easily forget as a country? Which is indeed a very unfortunate situation for all of us. But I think these are things we need to learn from and make sure we bring up change towards it. Understanding the change is the only thing that is constant in life. But I am also putting it to the president because we are on record right now. That particular statement, he needs to revisit it. Because that is not an accurate information given to the United Nations General Assembly. Okay. And these are things that we are saying and we have seen happen. Because if I am not saying the truth, anybody, any one of you can say I am not saying the truth. Okay. But these are things that we live in the country and we saw people that came out and protested as 3 years judgment against the president. And they were jailed in this country. And to be honest, to my own understanding, I see them as political prisoners. Okay. So the thing is, there is no justification on that. Okay. And it is high time, as an authority, I believe in accuracy when it comes to information, especially when you are at the top. Because say, for example, man Honorable Bar, whatever I say, people see it as an authentic and tangible information. So I should try by all means to make sure that I vomit the facts. Because if not, suma ko defu tay rek dama isi problem. Te suma isi problem, lolu taxuma jog. Man dama ko fi wax ci dorin bi fi. Manele ne a problem that is not solved is still a problem. But a problem that is solved is no more a problem. Then who am I to create a problem? So these are things we really need to look forward. But looking at the entire speech, to be honest, yes, I will say that it's a very good speech, and it's a speech where any good person or leader can deliver in any gathering. But it is also very important to also accompany it with facts. And at the same time, whilst he was saying that, his police arrested the journalists from Voice newspaper. And that things were happening at the same time. Whilst he was talking, things were happening in this country. And these are things it should be avoided. All right. Then I guess they come like, no, allow me, because the thing is, I believe I am a guest here. Yeah, you are a guest. And it's important for me to talk. Well, I am not saying to favor anybody. And let me make one thing clear. Yeah, well, I'm got time. I understand. Yeah. Then lolu na for important. Lolu na for important because people are watching us right now. Na for important tamit. Bala ma lo ñew ci platform nga yegal mané yo yaay guest bi de. Why tamit suñ rule there as the platform? Li ak li la man ni la mel. Because man, the thing is, man, I say it as it is. Yeah, no, man, no, I'm not trying to disrespect. Yeah, no, sorry, sir. Honorable. I think no, no, sorry. Comme ni nga waxe bu démé suma baye ko nga continuer da fay melni man li ngay wax man bëgguma nga wax ko man fi ku lu way wax sa responsibility bop la. Thank you. But am the moderator comme dama fexé time bi ma lol kessé la but so waxé lo wax ci President Barrow, it is your responsibility. I agree. Lu Sirifo wax, it is his responsibility. Ak kumanti do. I will just make sure ne ken du fi def personal attack
loo xam ne dafa loolu rek laa doon make sure du ma ko may kenn mu def ko but ku nekk li nga gis moom dama laa bàyyi nga wax ko just bu time bi jotee rek laa kii but you can continue moom
and that is very right. I will agree with you on that. And I don't also think that I am doing any personal attack.
No, I'm just saying not
because the fact of the matter is and what I will always tell people,
yes,
if you don't want people to talk on you, don't seek for any public office. Man mi suma boppa, I am an elected official and I believe that I am a representative, and one of my core mandate is to serve the people. So I must be ready enough to consume anything that people will tell me, either it is good or bad. But what I will appreciate more is when people tell me the facts. They criticize me based on the facts. I'll be able to improve myself. Because I believe that what we are saying here today are things that will move forward this country. That is why so by health is suma birwa. As a country, why don't we change all these ideas to actions? Because because tamit fofu len tolu. Parce que the president you critical. The issue of climate change is indeed a concern globally. But what are we doing to mainstream climate change as a country? For example, I will tell you, let's say 2 months ago, so my 6-year-old boy at home, what I did was, in front of my compound, the jail gui, gui will be named after you, Mahmoud, and you will plant this tree. But you will not only plant this tree, but you will grow this tree. Can you imagine? Bumkoji, gui amusa hop. 2 months ago, as we are talking, because do you know why? Every suba damako assign so juge suba, ask your mom to give you a bucket. Dama bañ jënd CEO mayonnaise, empty CEO mayonnaise pour mom. Pour muy jël pour di water guy bi, even though ñu ngi ci nawet. Why, what am I doing? I am trying to change his mindset to make him understand that it is important to endeavor himself into such a practice. Because ñun ñëpp ñu ngi wax ne climate change. What are we doing at our own levels? So these are things also yoo xam ne tey duñ ko waxee rek waaye dañ koo jëfee. And examples yi daf lay over important tamit ñu ko isi forward in the public domain. Because tey ñun we cannot advocate for things that we believe ne it is for the progress of the country, whilst ñun we are doing otherwise. It doesn't make any sense. So lii laa bëggoon a wax si wàllum speech bi waaye like I said, I will tell you ne the entire speech, the way it was delivered, it was a good speech.
Thank you.
It was a very good and written speech, and it was delivered by the head of state of the country. And one thing I will tell you, when it comes to the president, we believe that he is our president. And that is why, at the same time, we have to hold him accountable.
Of course.
That is it. And need more understand. This is it, and I will say period on that.
Thank you.
So Lila amon to when it comes to the president.
na dellusiwaat ci yow Mr Kurang damay ñëw ci yow straight nan ngay analyser speech yu président bi xam naa du ñàkk siraan nga ko few things yoo xam ne wax na ko fa rek bokk na si mu ngi wax ne ci nguuram since mu ñëw 2017 ba fu ñu toll nii amul benn political prisoners jàppuñ fi benn journaliste boo xam ne dañ la yóbbu kaso maanaam dañ la jël ak yeneen yoo xam ne wax na ko comme ci women empowerment more permanent peace at in Palestine ak yeneen yoo xam ne na ko ci biir climate change migration ak yu ci bari nan nga ci jàngatee kàddu yi ndax ñu bari jàpp nañ ne speech boobu it was one of the best speeches during that United Nations General Assembly comme ñu bari jàpp nañ ne speech bu njiit réew mi yëkkati bokk nañ ci speech yi gën a am doole.
Yeah, comme nu ko honorable waxee give the devil his due, right? Def na speech boo xam ne it was structured, xam naa ne gars yi xalaat nañ ko to talk about different issues, women's rights, children's rights, immigration, global economic problems. They did that. I think that was congratulations to them. The only thing Luma point out was in this speech, xam nga speech dang ko dee binda. so ko bindee nga revise ko ngeen go over it mu nekk a perfect speech waaye daf dee am yoo xam ne daf dee xew time bi nga binda speech bi ak time bi nga ko nekk di deliver so su fekkee ne nguur nga and you are responsive and dynamic da nga war a respond si intervening situations comme back where disaster bi am na so many people died in Bakau etc. dama foogoon ne advisors am yi he is with a big delegation most of the advisors were there munoon nañ ko wax ne this event is worth mentioning yes loolu they should have mentioned waroon nañ ko dugal si speech bi within that short period of time mu mention ko the Gambia experienced this and because he talk about migration, his speech on illegal migration and the problems. So, and you have a typical example, lo hamne happen na, niti sa hale day na si gauge bi, waron nga adjust speech bi to talk specifically about that event and show it to the world that something the world already knows, as an example. The other thing that guest bi numwa is about facts in Gambia, political discourses. Suñu bëggee réew mi mu dem ci kanam. Facts dafa important, information dafa important. Lu nekk lépp loo xam ne ñu ngi koo wax dañ ko war a base ci facts parce que Gambia fii da ngaa quote dara nga ne facts nangam ak nangam nga am keneen ku ñëw mu wax la loo xam ne booy di nga xam ne kii mu ngee wax rek but yaa ngi ma oppose yaa ngee wax maa ngi la jox facts you don't want to talk about the facts bëgguloo wax ci facts yu ma la jox waaye nga wax loo xam ne yow foo jàngee xanaa su fekkee ne si yooni alquran bi la wala hadis man it's about facts su fekkee ne ci yoon boobu nga jógee soo déggee sahih al-Bukhari nga xam ne lii hadis la boo xam ne is based on facts the narration and the methodology to get to that hadith is why it becomes Bukhari and sahih waaw kon su fekkee ne you are from the English right ci yooni tubaab bi nga jógee man lu tax nga dem school is to learn about facts mais su fekkee ne sax comme man gay naa ko nga sax ci ngoon boo demee si gese bi ci gete bi da nga compter i ka konti la waay nin si jol jumaale jofi tab jumaale man jofi yen julool konti yen kusengal konti yaaji bee da ngay xool da ngay compter it's about facts gese bi is about facts kon yow su fekkee ne yaa ngi internet or somewhere yaa ngi ci political dialogue you just want to talk about things and without facts nga ne you are a political activist in Gambia what is that foo jàngee yow foo jógee so it's important ñu xam ne even America su ñoo wax their political debates demba vice presidential debate Vance and the other guy for Democratic right Walsh they have what they call fact check. So I argue, anything you say, if it is not a fact, suñ la ko waxutee that place, after media bi, dinañ la ko delloo.
Yeah, definitely. I'm not fact
everything. Yeah. So the journalists, then you are based on facts. Right? I have to differ with the Honorable a little bit. 3 years jot na, man nekuma woon ci ñoo xam ne support nañ ko. Because I was feeling that it was a late thing. And it was not in the law, with the law. Those who went out, right, already they opposed it, and they came back again and then supported. And it was not they have to learn a little bit from the things. For example, I have to say something. As he said, once you are a politician, we will always use you as an example. Right? When Dabo went out and demonstrated, we all want it. We all learn it. Right? That solo standing and all those, without that, we could not have been here. Maybe Gambia would have been different. But then, when we come to a democracy, that was a dictatorship. We have to challenge it. And everybody loves it. But if we install the democracy, you talk, and then we support the laws, we have to continue to defend the laws of the country. Silvo is here. I know he knows more about 3 years Jotna than me, right? But, we can always differ on it. But it is also a problem, right? Journalists, they are giving news, they should be factual. Why should the police arrest a journalist just for saying that the president has chosen a successor? No, I don't think so. I think the president can go to court for defamation or damaging of my character. Yeah, because saying that I'm a sitting president, Damaja is my party, chief businessman. Yeah, for me, I think it's a kind of damaging my reputation. I wouldn't like it on my reputation. But you don't have to arrest the guy. Jarud nga arrest ko, munon nga dem court betay, and the courts can put a fine if the guy cannot prove his story. Courts mun nañ ko fine to pay a sum or to do what the law is there. I don't know what specifically is the law for defamation or whatever. Why law be mufa? Well, it's not a police case. So just the fact that president kafoko drum police ol bembulo martin na yela police ol ki da oda. Understand that? So I don't think it was a police case. But a president has a right. If he feels somebody writes something and it's damaging for him politically, he has a right to take a journalist to court, right? And let his lawyers deal with it while he is dealing with his office. And I think journalists also should be responsible.
Thank you.
Fi Gambia sa nekatundi, because I'm not newspapers you have every day they are writing rumors and people are following them and people know that those people are using blackmail, online media. They're using blackmail to blackmail people. You come up with facts, you come up with stories without facts, and you are not responsible because you are sitting in Sweden or you are sitting in America, right? No, we have to find a way of getting to them because they are polluting the young people.
Thank you.
And that is not proper. If you want to be a journalist, in China they block you, and China is doing fine. Even in some countries that are not China, they block you, you don't access. Come and register in the Gambia, establish your media house, have a media house where if Mamadi is not happy with your story, I can go to the law. But you have a media house, you are sitting outside abroad, nobody can get to you, and you write anything every day. You are blackmailing people, you are insulting people, and Gambians are there because we don't have electricity, but we have internet. Now, come on, man. The society cannot go. Media houses come Eyeafrica is what people should be listening to, because I know whatever is said on Eyeafrica, I can take them to court if it is not true. But a media house, bohamne dode hamsa kan mo editor-in-chief. You don't know who is the owner, and then we are drinking them like we are drinking alcohol every day. Those media houses, nyom alcohol, nyom it only dollar kanyanta because World Cup fenne di mol la melia lonko, Italia lon ko mote sotola, ibe siring America, ibe siring Sweden, ibe kuol safe la mol ba hey nko biya mo le ban carrier men safe. Ita mantara jang mote samba no la court, ita ko mu journalist ole nko. Thank
you.
Establish your media house in Kairaba Avenue. Write anything you want. If people are not happy, let them challenge you. You are a rumor. You are a rumor company.
Thank you.
We must dismiss them, boy.
Yeah. In Eyeafrica, Amadou Kante is the editor-in-chief. So
what's on Gambia? It's writing false things about people.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
Simple.
All right.
But you are here.
Kasa,
be a man.
Your Kasa TV.
No, be a man. Not be a man.
Yeah, all right. It's okay. It's okay.
It's a UDP.
What's on be a man, boy. Mention their names.
No, Srivo.
I prefer Kerfatu because Kerfatu, they are in Bijilo.
Yeah, it's all right.
And if you have problem with them, you can go to Bijilo. But you say you are a media house. You don't even have a shop in this country. You are saying everything.
Yeah.
Everything you like, you say about the Gambia. And nobody can get to you.
All right. It's all right, Mr. Kuran. Okay, it's all right. That's fine. Mamadi Kuran, it's okay. It's okay, right? Mamadi, yeah, it's all right, Mamadi. Let's move on. Please. Let's move on. Mr. Bojan. So, nan ngay analyse kaddu njiti rew mi.
Yes, I think the presidency of President Barrow has come to a point where most people, including myself, whatever they say, I have two minds about it. I will take it with a pinch of salt. Because things that grade 5 kids know, the head of state is saying them the wrong way. Sometimes I wonder, I say, what is going on? And you cannot make a speech at that level, basic facts that are known by everyone, you just go about bringing whatever that you want to say. That does not give you authority, and it does not amass respect for you. As a president, dama ko dey wax fii njiit doo wax nit yi ñëw pour mun a koy leeral déedéet loolu du njiit njiit du waxee njiit su waxee ñëpp dañoo understand. Yes ay VAR non njiit su waxee rek ñëpp dañoo am lii la loolu mooy njiit. So loolu is a fundamental mistake, but you cannot blame him. Barrow loves that. President Barrow loves that. Honestly, you know, one of the interviews, Nula Tema, what is your best description of President Barrow? I said, Kampe Katla. That is it. He enjoys it. Even when you listen to people, you know what they are passionate about. Barrow likes Kampe. That is it. And he thinks that has to be anywhere. Now, that is wrong. We all know. Because as you are saying, we've seen the arrest of journalists and stuff like that. And why arresting the journalists? Because what they say is not true according to you. But how many times have you as president gathered our elders on holidays, Islamic feast day, and tell them things that are not true? You told us here that 20 megawatts, they are synchronizing only. We have 50 megawatts, 30 we need, and then the 20 is packed. We don't even need. It is a feast day, a holiday. Our elders, you said that. It is not true. So why are you taking these people to court? Because, what they said is damaging. When you became a president, Bonnekan president, they like your Quran, wala Bible, wala whatever. And your statement or oath is to defend the Constitution, to serve Gambian people. And lying to Gambian people is not serving Gambian people. Fooling Gambian people is not serving Gambian people. Now, where you disrespect the Holy Quran, the Bible, or any other book, by you not doing what you swore by.
What of?
Huh? And then, disseminate information. Yes, we can say it is factual, it is not factual. But the only thing you do about it is simple, rebuke it. Ne amut. As simple as that. Barrow, in his presidential campaign, Mama can they ask UDP form an alliance just to spoil. Because Barrow knows in Gambian politics, Mama can they act Funjoge is the same place. There are, people have a certain dislike about a certain party. To damage Mama Kande, he decided to spread that rumor. Mama Kande knows it's not true. Barrow himself knows it's not true.
Yeah, wala imani.
Barrow hamna, Mama Kande hamna. Why? That's what? Pour damage Mama Kande you book court. These are plain. How can Barrow? Recently he said la mune mom ak Usenu Dabo, a lawyer Usenu Dabo, then you am a rematch.
Yeah, he wants a rematch.
That is not true because UDP has not gone to Congress to decide whether it's Usenu Dabo also. How did he know that? How can he prove that?
No, he wants. No, but the Haramala kid, he wants to come in. He wants not. No, but Barrow he wants a rematch.
This is what I'm saying.
Yeah, okay.
How is Barrow confirming that there will be a rematch? A rematch means what you are doing it with the exact the same individual or team.
But what Lola Bogamune?
Lola Nekadiwa. Your Buganga Dega. You don't Lolo. You take a moy. President Barrow, Lum Fok, at Lum Gum, Moy Mom the Am rematch.
All right.
Falaka confirm UDP can enjoy a Congress, Benewan Key Moini. These are the facts. Journalists Bobu Nonu. Mom ligam la dan def sune yow da nga gis ne yow lu mu wa lolu dega it's fine mun nga ko address waye yobu ko court nañ ñew president Barrow gomut court respected court Gambia and I can prove to you the president of this country has no respect for these laws and the judiciary because Nene Freda Gomez court orders government did not abide by them. Bola, for example, government did not abide by the 500,000 that they should pay him. And the president wants somebody who has defamed him, according to him, to go to court and then the guys should pay for damages. When he has not paid for other people. He has betrayed the Holy Quran that he swore by. Because he swore to defend and do the rightful thing. If you go to court, and court now say, okay, you were wrong at this, do this. How many times have we seen the government agency, or against pool, nene, feathers, braid and all that. How many court orders have been followed in this country?
Right.
And the same president now wants to go to the same courts. Falla ko respecte. Lolu mo ngit. Lolu ngit.
Right.
So mota subuge ifin yobu ñi court am na right bi but amul ben moral ifin sa because respect fofu nonu because lu joge fofu nonu su ko febot mom du ko dey def. We have seen examples of those. So what we want to advise the president is the judiciary is here for everybody. He can, whatever he's right, that's not a problem. But he should respect it. So these are institutions, he is the chief custodian, but he's not even respecting those court orders. And now he wants to go to same institutions to seek for redress.
Thank you.
That is a joke.
All right.
Regarding media houses, they should be responsible. Fine and good. But we should also understand something. Anything like what's on Gambia also, yes, sometimes we may not agree with them because they attack passionately.
All right.
But they have a very big role that they have played and they are continuing to play, and I will commend them.
Yeah. Wow.
Because they are exposing a lot of things and they are bringing this country back to sanity. Why is this thing happening? It's because we don't have the space. How can we have a media house that writes about a pic of a president and you are taken to court for that? How can you be in the Gambia and do that?
All right.
So they have a role in as much as they do some personal attacks, which we all don't want. But we have to give them the credit.
Thank you.
A lot of things are happening or changing is because even in the inner cycles of government, hey, what's on Gambia?
All right.
Hey, what's on Gambia? Now, if they attack you personally, we understand it's wrong.
All right.
But the role that they are playing is also something that we cannot downplay.
Thank you.
Things are happening because.
All right, Mr. Kurang.
You cannot be here talking like this.
Yeah, it's okay.
Now, I agree.
Yes.
I agree. But what we are saying is
That's the main difference in this country.
yes. Let's go.
But nga Daniel for No, but nga Daniel bu yaga.
Okay, now it's fine.
That is more important.
Yeah,
to the
Kurang,
Gambians.
allow him to learn,
It's fine.
please.
Now, I want to tell you this.
Yeah.
Let us be frank. We have media houses here in this country. How many of them? Many. But government has decided to give some people money to give government propaganda.
No.
Yeah, today we have.
No. Allow me.
No, Mr. Bojang. Government bi bu fekkee ne no parce que this no I have to make this clear. Bu fekkee ne government bi wax naa ko fii several times on Eyeafrica TV defe naa si lot of platforms dama wax ne comme government bu fekkee that 40 million bu ñu génne ñu jox ko some media houses included this Eyeafrica TV moo wax ne bu fekkee is for propaganda wala ñu fee wax lu neex government bi dis sunu réew bokk na si plateforme yu gën a tere nelaw government bi. And then Eyeafrica la am bu fekkee kon government bi dafa foog ne bu joxe kon 5 no just no hey Sirifo just listen no this has to do with
Eyeafrica into this allow me continue. Now what we are saying is simple. It's simple.
Continue.
We are not naming Eyeafrica. We are saying government has done that. But I will tell you it is wrong. Why? This money is not Adam Barrow's father's money. This is our government money. If all media houses are paying tax in this country, they are employing, if any opportunity comes from the government, they all should be considered on equal footing.
No, there is nothing like
Alright.
that in this world.
You see,
It's not, you have 100 media houses.
Yeah, may leen ko rek mu
Allow
wax.
me, let
Yeah,
me
may leen ko
finish.
mu wax.
Where in the world?
Yeah, may leen ko
You
rek
see,
moom mu wax lim gis.
this is the problem.
Just continue.
No, we have to question things when they happen. Where in the world?
Yeah.
Where in the world
Yes.
would you condemn a media house just because it's not in a country? And you yourself, you are listening to BBC, which is not in this country.
Yes.
All the media houses and all citizens of this
All right,
country
Mr.
cannot be-
Bojang, your time, your
They
time,
can
Jan.
be anywhere,
Okay.
and they equally have the right. That is
Thank
why,
you.
in fact, they
No,
are
sa time Jana Bojang.
Does the
Your
British
time.
No, more mulade.
Your time is
Does the
no, sa time Jana.
Does
No, sa
the
time Jana.
British
No,
government
Kurang,
give the same amount
Kurang,
of
it's
money
your
to
turn to
all
talk.
the media
Kurang,
houses?
it's not your turn to
Let's
talk.
focus
Please.
on the realities.
It's not your turn.
Having media houses that are
Yeah,
Gambian owned in
sa
foreign
time Jana,
countries
sa time Jana,
is
Mr.
good.
Bojang,
Now
sa
you say
time Jana.
Gambian own.
Please.
There is it.
Yeah.
Now
All
you
right.
say
All right,
Gambian
Mr.
own.
Kurang, it's not your turn
What
yet,
about
please.
Nigerian own in
Yeah,
Gambia?
wait for your turn, Mr. Kurang, please. I beg you.
No, fact check,
Yeah, but after so turn bu ñëwee nga def lool. So
check.
ku
And
nekk
all will come positive in
Sirifo
our
was
side.
okay, but
checking me,
please.
Sirifo
Okay,
is
anyway,
fact checking
lu ma bëgg a wax rek mooy si yenn media house yi, even Watson Gambia, man ñoom ñëpp sama collègue leen te itam duma ku nekk ak li nga sa gis-gis sa jàngat but lu ma jàpp mooy Watson Gambia ñu ngi def liggéey bu am solo yeneen media houses ci réew mi tam ñu ngi def liggéey bu am solo we are all families te as a journalist ñoom ñëpp I see them as colleagues so lu ñu mënta def even this voice newspaper I'm in solidarity with those journalists waxuma ne luñ binda loolu la wala du loolu dafa des ci nit but li ma sama métier jàngal mooy always dama war a nekk in solidarity with my colleagues and then noonu laa ko gisee so this is the first time may joxe sama opinion sorry comme loolu man.
Some of the media politicize Garme.
Okay,
man.
No, I don't want to say that.
Some of the media are politicized.
I don't know.
Do you think all the media are neutral?
I don't know.
Like Eyeafrica?
No, they are all
media neutral.
I don't.
Okay. No, Garme.
Yes, but
don't make diplomacy.
Sonko, please, I'm the moderator. Man, my work now.
They are politicized.
No, please, dama leen ñaan rek time mu ngi dem te lañ bëgg a jeexal all right.
When, for example, Watson Gambia published about my brother, Alhaji Quran, I called him.
It's not about me.
No, sorry.
You see, it's not about me. It is not about me.
I'm giving example of
every day we see
it's okay. Now it's okay.
It's not about me.
All right, it's okay. Okay.
I care who publish about me.
Okay, Kurang, sorry.
I don't care about that.
All right.
I can defend myself.
You
cannot defend me. Can you defend me?
All right, it's okay.
No, he can't defend me.
It's okay.
I can always defend myself.
Wow, yeah. But you know, Peter,
I they will not touch you again. No.
Okay. Sonko.
No, I'm not about that, bro.
Any
media you call me.
Alaji, calm down. Alaji, it's okay. Calm down. Alaji, it's okay.
Sonko, you should
calm down.
You should calm down.
But calm down.
You should all calm down, please. You should all calm down. ngeen respect non xam nga waxtaan bi nekkut ñun dañu nekk rek di ko jox ñi nga xam ne ñooy seetaan ñu lañ nekk fi rek pour jox ko ñu seetaan it's not me it's not you but ñi nga xam ne ñoo nekk all right ok léegi Kurang yow tamit may ko moom mu ñëw toonam la moom mu wax sa toon bu jotee you can talk anything you want to say how to call it Sonko lan mooy sa jàngat ci président Barrow speech bu mu def ci at the United Nations General Assembly.
Yeah, thank you so much, Garme. Content about regarding President Barrow le diamo menke at the UN General Assembly.
Yes.
So coming mbesela mula kumula kanto because almost honorable diamo I belema. I mean, I think ala diamo dam way in the corner file is enough, because I control someone one. Killing I be bundi nyoto for me ya lonko e balanda along ni mo mem balanda katu balandin ya sana bare thank you very much honorable ilawo jabirol million yeke with facts aye President Barrow aka memfo ko kabeata nata among political prisoners soto ya sana and look the clear fact is there okay Mohamed Sabali was a politician. He was arrested. Mohamed Sabali was in the United Democratic Party and he was arrested, detained. I am a member of the United Democratic Party. I was arrested and detained over 72 hours. Bora is an activist. It was, the same thing happened to him. A journalist, Mankajang, was arrested and detained. The same thing happened to him. We can name names. So basically, proof President Wetalo, UN General Assembly, you will see facts because now dunia katama wolela. So I believe President Barrow advised Solu or the speech writer Solu, that was a blunder, that was a mistake. President Barrow. And I keep saying this. I said, if you want to eat the fruit of democracy, you must accept to take the heat of democracy. Ni lefta ka democracy la yiridimo domo foye pare yaje ko yansande wo yiridimo nyin yansande foye yiro tutu ya jibon pour ça adimo soto non dim barakari on but President Barrow la mansa kundata la lafila dunia khafu go to they are democrats when they are not doing things they are democracy moment la sinola. When you are talking about democracy, you have to seduction. selection laws, I said it here. I mean, in real democratic states, they are existing in some of those countries. So you cannot be bragging about that you are a Democrat when you are not following the principles of democracy. You must follow the principle of democracy. Journalists were arrested here. Activist Mali Jobata was arrested here. You understand? Journalist was abused here. Buba Gajiwa was abused in front of the president during the election time here. All those things happen. So those records are there because newspapers have made report of those things. If you just go to Google, bum, 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 you see them. So the entire fact checking, President Maro failed to avoid it. And likewise, Honorable Kamenfo. Look, I remember Yahya Jammeh, one of the UN, he was talking about this Bagway. That time, Bagway got out in Gambia. Understand? Because, you know, a president, you have to talk, what's happening in your country? What is exactly happening in your country? You don't have the opportunity, it is at the UN where the world leaders are standing. I think you should take that opportunity because Gambia don't la sango kontong odlando ka Africa don't la sango kontong odlando because it was not only Gambians who were in that boat. President Barrow nalo to dulato ayo sango kontong world leaders all yamoy world leaders all yaje Gambia batamen kono. It's like you are showing to the world how your country is sovereign, how unemployment is happening in your country, how much investment that could attract. Was the investment jell attract no? Was a more jell attract no? Was a billionaire jell attract no? For them to come and give aid to the Gambian people, for them to come and create employment for the Gambian youths. Because Gambian youths are dying. What are they going to find in Europe for greener pasture? If they can have it in their own country, why not? And I keep saying this. Our river, believe in me, if President Barrow and his government are ready, I am telling you, only this river alone will feed us. Believe in me. All what they have to do is, hey, if Gambians can sacrifice to be 7 days, 1 week, 1 month, just to go to Europe, believe in me, if you tell them go, 1 month, and at the end of 1 month, you are going to be paid almost nothing less than $1,000, come on. I keep saying this because you go to Europe, and some of the people in Europe are paid less than $1,000 a month. Some are paid $800. But I say, go to the river, tobacco, 1 month, you better jail. Then you need a major $1,000. Whatever can account. There is no rent. You want that rent, come on, ba. Many youths will be ready to go and do that. Not only that. Let me tell you something. Gambia, we have the land where we can build factories. And these factories will produce, those things will be exported to other countries. How much that is going to increase our economy.
All right.
So basically, President Barrow, for him to go to the UN, I mean to Kakumol for UN, that's a great disappointment.
Thank you.
Garme.
Yeah, nga Daniel Fufsirfo.
Na alaji moya ako 3 years ako manke, you know, those that's the ako will manke politician only. No. You understand? Ako 3 years. I mean, okay, no, whatever. No, okay. No. But what I'm telling you, right. What I can tell you is this: 3 years Jotna, are Gambians. No, let me tell you something. Are Gambians who protest against the government, and when look, listen to me. And when they were protesting, they followed the due process. You must respect that. They follow the due process. Either I'm a politician or I'm not a politician. We seek for a permit. The permit letter from the government, and they approve it. They give it to us. Our first protest, we did it peacefully. There was no chaos. Peacefully. And our second protest, the time we want to do the second protest, what happened? They said, no, the police say, we don't give you permit, you cannot do it. And we cancel it. They say, you must wait us to give you permit before you can do the protest. And we waited for them. They went and prepared their ground, everything. When they are ready with their tear gas and everything, they say, okay, permit is here, just to ambush us. You don't know that ambush doesn't only happen in courts. In court, there's what is called ambush in courts. The same ambush, that's what they did to us in our protest.
All right.
So President, no, let me just say. So President Barrow has been violating the rights of the Gambian people so many times. And look, I want to tell you, listen to me. I want to tell you one thing. All these are promises that the president gave us when he was, coming to power. This was some of his campaign promises in 2016.
But then you say 5 years.
No, let me tell you.
Then you came back and said 3 years.
Let me tell you something, Alaji. Listen to me. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the moderator. Listen to me. Calm down, Alaji. Alaji, calm down. Alaji, you need to relax, Alaji.
Calm.
Just please,
you know, when you are speaking facts, I always listen.
Yes.
Yeah, allow him, please. Just listen to him. Yeah.
You attack on. No, listen to me.
No. Just wahal sa points.
Forget it. So I am telling you.
Yeah.
The arrest of the journalists.
Okay.
You know.
How many times the president
and his people, how many times MPB surrogates are saying this call, UDP is going to bring somebody to be a leader. UDP is bringing Talib, UDP is bringing Youngs, UDP is bringing Lamin Sane, UDP is bringing Rohim Aligulo. How many times executive MPB members have been saying this openly? Who took them to court? Because we respect their democratic rights. And let me tell you something, and Gambians need to be very careful in that. You see, what the IGP did to these journalists, but the IGP did not arrest the guy after the publication. It was only when Barrow's lawyers wrote to the guy. The moment that publicity went out, that was the time the IGP invited both of them. And then they charged them. And I'm telling you, whatever they are doing, even the charge sheet they are making, it's bogus. There is no law. They don't have no authority to charge those people some of those charges. And we are calling on the IGP that the position is occupying. It's not Ture Kunda, it's not Barrow Kunda. The person is occupying the office of the Gambia.
Thank you.
As the IGP of this country. So we are not going to allow them to politicize our security institution no more again in this country.
Thank you,
and the President Barrow and his people must know that we the Gambians will be ready to defend our right. You cannot come to us, beg us to vote for you, and at the end of it, you want to take us as a right, slaves. We will never allow that in this country.
Thank you,
up to our dead body.
All right. Yes, Mr. Sen.
Jerejef Garmi. Jerejef, I am really very happy. I am very disappointed. Start from the Honorable National Assembly down to 3-4 Bojang. Well, then I know into details of ñom liñ try pour defend pour bon loko mota opposition ya mota ma gomne opposition bi nek Gambia dafa haram even in Islam, because you don't want to see the reality, you don't want to see the facts, you always want to criticize based on your own selfish interests. Liñ pare pour justify. President Barrow talk about climate change. And everybody knows that there is a big climate change in the whole world. President Barrow talk about peace and stability. Bi nga xamne mom la aduna bi gëna soxla rawatina Gambia. Li gëna important ci waxam bi moy waxtane na mbiri Gaza. He bi nga amne ay julit ñu ngi leen di rey because mënu ñoo dem ci juma yi, mënu ñoo xey dem liggéey yi, mënu ñu yalwaan kat mënu ñoo yalwaan, nit ñi amul luñ lekk ñu ngi teud ben place ñu ngi leen di sanni ay bomb ñuy dé. President Barrow talk about that. Gambians see aduna bi yépp impressed about him. It has to stop immediately. Mu joxe order as the OIC's chairman. That was perfect. They don't even want to discuss about that. And those are all positive things. They don't want to discuss about the issue of democracy. Bi nga xamni ñom mom lañu enjoy tay mo dañu tok Eyeafrica di make lot of allegations that are all baseless. No facts, no evidence that they have. I swear to God, none of them. If they are questioned, none of them can produce an evidence. Is something that is true. You ngi talk ci platform always yangi allege the government, insulting the president, alleging a lot of things, talking about so many things. They are all bogus, because you have the freedom, you have the democracy, you have the peace, you have the stability in this country. Thank you, President Barrow and his government. They talk about the issue of the 3 years. That's a criminal gang that was established with no laws, with no morals, and they want to overthrow a sitting government that was democratically elected by the people of the Gambian people. Of 5 years, they ñu 3 years. Li gëna doy war moy ñu ne fek President Barrow waccut, they will continue sleeping in the street. You're telling me that protest is a peaceful protest? They are establishing their democratic right. They wanted to overthrow a sitting government that was elected by the Gambian people. That was the reason why you put them into law. That's a criminal gang. No legal authority gives them that power for them to sit and say they are going to overthrow this government. That was done in this country. The process of the entire process will happen. Then just send permit, then just send legal, anything that you need as a group, put again, express your democratic right. That Mahmoud Job that give them that right, that was the reason why when that person died, you could celebrate in their forums. Because he gave you people permit in the first day and again demonstrate. The second day, you said you are going to overthrow the government. There was a line, a red line that was given to you people. And you want to jump into that process. No, let me come. I have to come generally, so you take dara facts. They always want to confuse the Gambian people. That was not a politician that was arrested. That's not true. There was no politician that was arrested and jailed in this country. None of them can tell me one. Issue of Momodu Sabali, issue of King Hanaremoy, Sirifo Sonko, issue of Bora. All those people, Landmota New arrest land, they said they wanted to, they threatened people's life. Their statement was threatening. There are individuals that was police officers that they mentioned circulating their image in the whole country. People are seeing it. You can talk and carry. You circulate and images. Say a lot of things about them. Threatening their peace and stability of their own family and themselves. You're telling me that those people should not be questioned? Because of you are politicians. You should say whatever you want to say. Into platforms. For flanne nga wax ko lolu ngeen di oy politicians. Why follow them? It went through the right process. All of you people are sitting here. Why? Because of the democratic process went through. Police def sen liggéey. Police sol uniform tok di ar ñep di garté ay nit ñu leen di allege di leen level di odé sen touri dañ wax ne lañ leen def nangam. That was the same to them and it happens in this country. Ñoo ñu nga ma oy politicians. The media houses. Gis nga nañ bay tiaxan tok sa kër tok sa buntu neek tok sa Europe bind lu la neex instigate violence di tarnish people's image di def lu la neex ci réew mi nga ne yow dañ da nga tok fi nga tok ne koku waruñ ko question waruñ ko laaj waruñ ko touch. During the mayoral election something happens. There was a press conference that was done. They feel there's an integrity issue. Then touch somebody's family. They wrote a letter for them to apologize and go back to the same media, or otherwise, Lord's mayoral election will happen. They didn't apologize. They went back to the same media and apologized to those people. Because this is about integrity that we are talking about. I'm not trying to say President Barrow or whoever, the journalists to court. But journalists that is not responsible should be taken to court, prosecuted, and sentenced. That's the truth. This country, we all belong to this country. There is nobody that override anything here. You have responsibility to play. The National Assembly, they are the lawmakers. The police officers, they are there implementing the law. The executive are there to make sure that the have peace and stability. Everybody have to play his role and responsibility. Hey, this National Assembly member from Togni, something about him. Damage his image. An image that he will never go and recover again. He has right to go and take you to court for you to justify your words. Lolu amut ben rew bum amut. All right. Waxuma ne President Barrow bum yobu ken court de. Okay. Waxuma ne yobu gaay court. Wa dama ne we have to be responsible. Suñ bëggé rew mi dox It's not about Kumba Amday, Kumba Amundey. Politician, National Assembly member, minister, Nyepa MC law. The law belongs to all of us.
Thank you.
There is nobody that is an exemption in the law. Fima Daniel.
Okay.
The issue of the back way. I totally agree with everybody. Lihew instantly happened. That was a big thing to the country. It was an issue that concerned the entire nation. President Barrow waronako bolé ci speech am bi. Why President Barrow nit la. Ñi mu andal nit lañ. Nekku yow lu nek sa xel bi dafa wara nek ci kay bobu. Nekku ne loy xalaat lu daf ko wara def. Why that doesn't mean ne su ko defute is wrong. President Barrow was addressing the entire UN General Assembly, not about Gambia alone. The representative Gambia, why he was talking about issues that surround the entire world.
All right.
The Gambians give that ceremony. Even the people that are not Gambians, they were applauding President Barrow. You don't make the content his speech boom def. The importance his speech be more. What he delivered is that not the truth? That's the truth. D'accord na National Assembly member, we should make sure what the president was speaking, we implement it so that we can have peace, we can have stability, we can have democracy. We will continue having democracy, but we have to be responsible. We cannot be sitting on medias, the Yahya ay gor, the Yahya ay nit, the Tamisin image. Somebody is involved. They involved Mohamed Jah. Sorry, sorry. Jawel is a top businessman in this country. That publication involved Jawel. Mohamed Jah, sorry.
Yes.
It involved him. Mohamed Jah Ahmed family. Do you know how much it's going to cost him? Just like a group of people sending audios, video, then boycott QCell, then boycott the TV, just like go fee.
Thank you.
And that was not happening.
All right.
If you put that image on that person image on politics, do you know how much it's going to cost?
Thank you.
Let's be realistic.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, it's all right. Yeah, it's all right. Mr. Honorable. Yeah, please, I'm going to the Honorable. Please. Sirifo. Honorable Legi. But it's not your turn. It's not your turn to talk. All right. Okay. All right. Honorable. Just quickly, xam naa dama bëgg bu ñu jógee foofu rek ñu ñëw ci draft constitution bi te draft constitution bi quickly yow rek laa si bàyyi nga àddu si because of wax nañ fi lu bare bari sa position de laa ci bëgg am but balaa may ñu fu dama bëgg rek ñëw dafa am lu ñu nemeeku ci United Nations bi président bi demee gis nañ ñenn ci ay Gambians yu génnoon di protest ñu ngi téye ay li nga xam ne mooy ay kayit bind si ñii di wax ne nootu tantam ñii di wax tamit jafe-jafe ak dund bu metti bu Gambien ci di dund nan ngay jàngatee loolu fooguloo itam bu fekkoon ne président bi mi ngi wala jaaree ko ci police bi ñu ngi doon allow nit ñi di leen permit ñuy mën a protest si seen réew foogoon nga ne ñii dinañ xaar ba United States ñu bari ñu ngi dañoo yàq deru Gambie waaye fooguloo tamit fii nii police dañu war di permit nit ñi ñuy génn di def peaceful demonstration wax lu leen metti defe naa ne yow nan ngay jàngatee loolu force but foog naa nii la ko nit ñi defee fii dama lay laaj correction bi ndax National Assembly member nga bokk nga fu ñuy rëddee loi yi ak fu ñuy woowee ñi nga xam ne ñooy government officials yi di leen hold accountable lan ngeen nekk di def ci jàpp ne comme this demonstration permit bi nit ñi dinañ ci mën di jot di génne di def peaceful demonstration police yi li ñoo daj ci di jàpp nit ñi di leen sànni tear gas foog naa ne war nañoo mën a guide nit ñi ñu amee very peaceful demonstration muy loolu waaye li xew fi nga xam ne mooy United Nations Gambien si génn ñaxtu nan nga koy analyser ak tamit lan nga foog moo war a nekk solution bi ak yéen tamit as a National Assembly member lan ngeen nekk ci di ci def.
waaw jërëjëf Garmi dama toog ba seeda fu mu nekk nii sax. parce que plateforme bi dama gis ne guest bi su ñëwee dafa mel ni comme ne ñu nekk si plateforme bi ñoom ñoo leen dina contribute guest bi. waaye notwithstanding appreciate naa invitation bi ba pare teg si tamit leen laa bàyyi xel te lii dafa nekk loo xam ne as a country we must address wax naa ko fi si doorin bi ne we must be ready to run this country but we must also put sentiment aside in order to run this country man I cannot sit here and talk about things yoo xam ne it will create problem as far as this country is concerned te nu ma ko waxee all what I said here I still stand by them as a person as an authority te I know ne I am saying it based on facts so if anybody is disappointed loolu opinion am la waaye man laa woon ne amul dara loo xam ne wax naa ko fi si starting ni programme bi ba fuñ toll nii te wéeru ma ko si fàkk so suñ jógee si loolu tamit laaj nga fi lu am solo su ñëwee si protest mooy njaxtu la fa nekk loo xam ne it is the fundamental right of any human being not only in the Gambia but everywhere in the world globally tey su fekkee ne Gambians in the US then decide pour protest against government ni réew mi it is their right to protest waaye tamit protest bi tamit la fa war a am nu moo demee the way and manner it should be done because maa ngi gis yenn videos yoo xam ne some of these ministers were almost assaulted almost which I was not expecting from the people protesting on behalf of Gambia because I can remember when I went to UK last year I was in Funyo Oye, Westminster. Westminster, if you know Westminster, always people go to the around the Westminster Abbey to protest. The king was coming. King Charles was on his way and they were protesting against King Charles. Gan ñu ngeen njaxtu police yi ñu ngi leen a arrange def leen ñu luñ war a def. Why individual attack, man personally I will never encourage that. Because today it can be Minister Diu, but tomorrow, who knows whether it will be me. So these are things I will never encourage and I will not want Gambians to encourage, especially Gambians that are outside Gambia, that are in the diaspora. You can address your concern without assaulting anybody. We all see the difficulties that we are going through as a country. And we are also acknowledging the contribution in terms of remittances that is coming from the diaspora. But that also cannot be a yardstick for them to do whatever they feel like to individuals. Man lolu duma ko si d'accord tay te duma si d'accord ëllëg. Waaye tamit pour one askan bi ne it is their fundamental right pour ñu njaxtu. War nañoo wone lu leen naari te loolu yëpp lu ko lee waral mooy da ngaa isi forward sa agenda wane loo xam ne yaa ngi gis ne demul si réew mi nga urge government bi nguur bi ne doxalalee nii because whatever happen message booy binda loolu tax ñu ne message yi dafa over important gis nga campagne dafa am lobbying am advocacy mu am waaye the thing is still going back to education. Our people are not very much aware. The most disappointing part is even people that are outside. With due respect. Because the thing is, I am showing to the entire world in terms of my messaging. Now, this is the problem for Gambia. But what do I have as a solution? These are proper protest mechanisms that you can put in place. That you can bring forward, and people will hold you seriously, and they will take you as somebody who know what you are doing. For example, Borough must go, and Borough must not go for third term. Bring up reasons, and also bring up solutions. Because for me, whatever we say and whatever we do, sometimes, like the majority will say, and I also accept, as a politician, I am somebody who believes Bapare takes it as an opposition for that matter. They will believe that whatever I say, I base it on opposition. No, I have to be very constructive. Bapare takes it tay, si negi député yu ma nekka. Nekuma fa pour politique kese. Dama fa nekka pour liggéeyal suma réew ak suma nit yi. Te naka laa fa nekkee mooy pour address the needs and the concerns of my people. And my people, who are my people? Are the Gambian people. So Gambian people, one man ki Sote la, wala ki Jola la, one man ki UDP la, wala ki NPP la, wala ki PDYS la. Man, I don't look towards that direction. All what I see is that when there is a problem, and understanding the parliament is a solution house, we must solve the problem. And we must solve it tangibly and make sure that it is sustainable. And which is one of our problems as a country. Look, so many projects are failing in these countries. Mr. Kurang, what nakafi? Ban organization nga musa gis ne change any dynamics of a country. Amut si aduna bi. but ñun luñ leen def rek mooy lu ñoo gis loolu tax ñun ñu ngi advocate si néegi député ne soo gisee problème bi yëpp muy am ñun amuñ sustainability resources and sustainability plans in this country te lu tax loolu mooy ñun lu nekk laf lay ñëw as project ba pare at the end of the year project bi su facing out rek that's the end of it. What are we doing to continue that project? So these are things that we need to put forward and then xam ne problème bi ñun ñoo ko mën a solve because tey neen waxante digga man ak yow Garmi oo na la oo yàlla ne sa problème man Modou Lamine Bah mënuma la koo jënaa solve because yow yaa ma jënaa xam sa problème so ñun Gambians si ñun we already established our problem and angale bi mu ne when you realize or establish a problem it is half solved. So what we can do is to put more efforts and solve the problem. And the fact of the matter is, yes, there will be no government that is coming in this country whereby people will be satisfied with that government. If we don't educate the people. Because there are so many things that we must put in place. Okay. And that is the hard fact. So lolo tamane, but repeat that, I will keep on repeating it. Ne réew mi foog ñu try by all means ñu change idea yi to action.
Right.
Ten tamit dinaa wax dara. Gis nga tey réew bi soo gisee mu mel nii mu jaxasoo nii. I'm just from Rwanda last month for a benchmark visit on this health insurance scheme for the Gambia. 3 things that I learned from Rwanda and I brought back to my country. Mooy benn réew su bëggee dem dafa am good leadership. That is number 1. Number 2, good leadership boobu foog mu put in place a good governance system. Mooy ñaareel. Ñetteel foog ñëpp ñu nekk benn. Réew boo gis mu doxalee nii rek wala nguur boo gis mu doxalee nii nguur yaayam rek réew boobu la faa dem kanam. Te ñun is high time as a country ñu commencé di dox ci jéego yooyu. We can have our political differences. That is so normal. But Gambia dem na ñëw na. We are all Gambians.
All right.
And ñun mënuñoo deny that fact. We cannot deny the fact that we are not Gambians. Right. Because the fact of the matter is we cannot go outside Gambia and describe ourselves as Senegalese. What? Because of we are Gambians. So ñun bugga suñ réew ak du ko programme bi waxee suñ réew it's important we put all these facts together and also put all these things together pour see the way forward. So lii maa ngi koo advice képp koo xam ne mu ngi am access to this platform especially this particular platform pour make good use of the message that I am trying to put through.
Thank you. So balaa ma dinaa dem sama paneliste ndax ñu ngi waaj a jeexal 30 minutes moo ñu dese mooy ndax président Barrow am na right pour run for a third term ndax am na ñuy wax ne he should not run for a third term but fii maa ngi lay laaj as a parliamentarian. ndax président bi am na right to run for a third term. Just I need your answer on this.
No, to be honest am na right parce que loi yi Gambia right now limited Barrow ñaata term la moo serve as a president te loolu nit yi dañ ko war a understand lu mun a am rek mooy ñu def lu ñu war a def change loi yi pour loolu mun a change introduce term limit but as far as Gambia amul term limit nobody man mii suma bopp I cannot stand and tell Barrow ne you cannot stand for that term. Then loolu sax mu ngi wane ne man xaw ma sax suma liggéey ba pare man lan laa bëgg a proof so lii la fa war a leer askan bi den am pour understand loolu. So it depends on them. Mun na moo ñëw pour taam nit yi decide ne we are not voting for you. But amul benn loi right now si réew mi buy wax ne Barrow amuloo benn right pour taxaw fa taam.
All right si yow laay jeexalee ndax dinaa ñëwaat ci draft constitution bi ak yenn yoo xam ne yaa ngi koy def ci Banjul ngir ñu jeexal su ko defee sama panéliste yi each rek ma bàyyi leen ngeen comment si lu jëm ci protest bi nga xam ne nemmeeku nañ ko fële Mamadi xaaral dinaa ñëw ci yow bàyyil ma ñëw ci Matar ba pare su ko defee ma doog a ñëw ci yow Matar gis nañ protest nemmeeku nañ ko gis nga image yaa ngi noonu ci suñ screen bi nan nga gisee lii ndax ñu bari itam jàpp nañ ne ñàkk am pamit ci réew mi ndax ñu bari fii lañ ko doon bëgg a amalee moo tax ñi nekk ci diaspora bi ñoom defal ko yeneen Gambien si toog fii te jàpp ne dañ bëgg a am lu leen métti ñu bëgg koo wane ci mbedd mi peacefully te ñu xañ leen ko nan ngay jàngatee lii.
waaw jërëjëf Garmi am naa ne juróom-ñetti nit la xaw ma juróom-ñeenti nit ñi nga xam ne dañ feel ne they are desperate bëggoon a falu te faluwuñ bëggoon nguur te mënuñ koo am mer moo leen amee ñu ne léegi nañ wane seen boppa yàq réew mi that is their intention mooy ñi ma gis nii ñu bari sax ñi mënuñoo ñëw su ñëwoon duñ delluwaat but unfortunately Gambia mu ngi move on nangul naa leen nag ne seen democratic right la pour ñoom ñu génn ñaxtu nangul naa leen ko loolu moom ñun ñëpp a ko nangu ànd naa foofu ak National Assembly member dama kontaan tam si moom because sooy wax da ngaa wax as a lawmaker da ngaa indi facts nga teg pour ëllëg not about hearsay because da nga bëgg a politique si parti bi laa jógee si biir speech am bi yëpp 80 to 85% yëpp gis naa ne he is doing what he is supposed to do li nga xam ne nag mooy protest bi man ñaari mbir rek laa si am mooy always United Nations UN General Assembly laa dee gis ñuy génn di protest loolu nag su ma seen régime bi lu tax man xaw ma ko mooy dañ bëgg a disgrace Gambia in front of the whole président yu jógee yeneen bitim réew yëpp na leen Gambia nekkul dëkk bu baax nekkul dëkk boo xam ne dañ fa war a dëkk nekkul dëkk boo xam ne da nga fa war a dem invest as investor nekkul dëkk boo xam ne dafa démocrate nekkul dëkk boo xam ne président bi mu ngi def lu mu war a def loolu moo waral ñuy génn di ko def mooy moo tax ma ne seen interest nekkul réew mi seen own personal interest la parce que su fekkee da nga nekk di protest fii sending bad image to the Gambian people and the government of the Gambia are you doing it for President Barrow alone? No, you are doing it for the entire nation. dëkk bi bu delloo gannaaw ñun ñëpp a si ëppale comme yow far nga ànd ak nit te kooku nga bëgg a mu falu kooku faluwul rek réew mi dafa war a yaaxu réew mi warta muuf dëkk bi waruñoo am jàmm loolu mooy issue bi beneen bi mooy tooñ bu rëy bi ñuy tooñ xam naa ne docteur Ismaila Ceesay and Dr. Samate they are very professional Garmi they are very professional if it was me non konoon du doon demee noonu I swear to God if it was me ne man lañ doon def loolu non ku noonu caméra yi dinañ génne leneen lu dut ma taxaw rek di topp ak dem suma yoon ñu ma saaga yu ñaaw yu motherfucker yu nangam a state minister bi nga xam ne kilifa la soo amee moom different sax nga am sa problème mun nga ko mun a approach in a very civilized way ban pare who is you nga téye sa mobile rek di dox si street bi ne da nga war a interview Dr. Ismaila Ceesay pour mu uyu la kooku wax la civilizedly no not now later nga ne loolu jàmm du am nga ne kooku du am jàmm nangam ak nangam démb yaa doon wax démb fii tey li nga wax nii nangam saaga yu ñaaw and ba up to now gisuma any of the political parties fi ñu affiliate ñoom ñu génn officially condemning the act te ñooñu ñooy preach jàmm ñooñu ñoo jéem a preach ñooñu ñoo wax Gambia nangam
dañ la wax si benn parti lañ bokk ay Gambians ñoo protest
ma ne man waxuma la fii lañ bokk dama ne fi ma foog ne foofu lañ affiliate ñoom ñu wane fa seen bopp no that's what I'm saying man I feel ne is politically motivated defuñ ko pour Gambia defuñ ko pour réew mi dañ ko def because dañ mer ku doon oote Lamin Silla lañ doon oote bronze
time dafa
moom moo doon Lamin Silla lañ doon gis bronze mu doon oote te fi mu bokk is a political party bi mu bokk yéen xam ngeen ko moo doon oote ne nañ génn président Barrow bu ñëwee New York bu mu am jàmm ñu mu àndal bu ñu am jàmm nañ meg soo ne ñu déstabilise leen wan adduna bi yëpp ne Gambia doxul Gambia dafa paralyse réew mi mu nekkut di dem that is the sign and symptom that they are sending to the world and that is not existing loolu du dëgga lii dëgga bi mooy express leen seen right su leen neexee ngeen Gambie fii yéen a ngi express seen right nit ñaa ngi dem protest
thank you madam
even in Europe mun nga koo def waaye li ñuy def nii seen bopp la ñoo lor bon not Gambia
thank you time bi moo ñuy xooj moo tax bi kii soxaatu ko Mr Bojang yaa boo mun ngaa wax rek comme dama la reminder because of time bi moo
rek man moom dinaa la waa ne support naa lu xew foofu yëpp 100% for certain clear reasons gis nga mu ne dem na Rwanda for benchmarking one of the things lu mu jàng foofu mooy good leadership a working governance system gis nga nit ku ne aduna malaykatu maal xaw ma naka lañ ko dee ooy su ñëwee dang dee xeede nañ waxante dëgg parce que xam nga luy xew soo amee a governance system that works only for a few te ñëpp a dee boole seen xaalis jow la ko yow nga ne du ñu wax te ban nguur moo nekk di wax nguur bu nga xam ne seexum baalo moo daan kalang-kalang fii ak Gii Sankare dem Yahya Jammeh këram di kalang-kalang foofu noonu nguur boobu noonu ñooy wala what can they tell us? These are the very people who were doing things more miserable than this. Private house. Seku Mbalo di mooy advice président bi di Sankare mooy spokesperson bi di ñii tamit mënuñoo dellu woon Gambia de. So these are people that were very dishonorable. Today they want to be honorable. And you want me to support them. Again, there is
no, please. No, Matar, please be professional. Matar, be professional. Listen to him. Dafa déglu ba nga pare musula interrupt, to be honest. No, okay, yow tamit bu ko interrupt. Okay, continue.
You see, when you are a politician, stop playing with emotions of the people. When you sit, all of us today we are talking, there are people that are very happy with what we are saying and they are believing us, they are trusting us with all their lives. Just tomorrow you just take a U-turn. You don't even care the emotional trauma that would go down to those people. For example, promise yep walep ben nit ñi gom la ben nit ñi jox send emotions to you. All of a sudden nga def sa U-turn nga ne ma tay it's my right. Suñu jéene wax ne li nga def nag sa right la waaye ñun suñu right la wax ne ñun léegi ñu wax ñu nga doon waxoon ñu ngi lay fàttaliku ne da nga waxoon nii de te dañ bëgg nga def loolu nga de déedéet it should be civilized lan moo gënaa ñàkk a civilized loolu ëpp a fenal nit ñi.
All right, thank you.
Yes, because boo waxee li nga xam ne amut fen la te fen yàlla sa bëggu ko mooy papa ak yaay lu bon yëpp. So as politicians demand day wax fii lu ñuy wax nañ ko xam nañ ko gom. bu ñu nekk fii di fen ba suñu gisee brown envelope wala anything ñu jump te faalewuñ ñu nekk di toppa. That emotional trauma we cannot justify it.
Thank you, Mr.
lu ñu defoon ñi sax dafa tuuti.
All right, Sirifo, just quickly because we are running out of time. Like nan ngay gisee protest bi nga xam ne some Gambians yi nekk US def nañ ko against President Adama Barrow ak ministre
Garme, it's their right to protest.
Okay.
And I know they are all same protest is all about showing their frustrations to this government because the messages there are clear. And then yalla moy lepp. If you look at the message in that day, the key messaging they were doing was about the 79 babies killed, the health status of this country. Yalla mo jël rek mu dem rek génné Dr. Samata mu ne ko ne yow yaa health minister bi ñëwal for them to hold you accountable. Wow. Because that's the fact. Because the topic was about that. That 79 or 76 babies killed. What are you hearing about it now? Where? I'm telling you. The court case. I mean, and other stuffs. Yes, okay. The court case is still ongoing. You understand? But okay. With the victim. Good. So now the select committee, good.
I am so much in contact with the entire team, even though the process is very slow, but we are still pushing and we are not relenting.
Okay.
Lulu, yakaru in government, sir, for your information.
Thank you.
And I believe that the 66 plus victims committee, executive, they are more than committed because they are doing extremely well, sir. Even of recent, they were able to secure $30,000 from Vista Bank as part of their corporate social responsibility, and they went to Edward Francis Small Teaching Hospital at the children's ward, and they distributed it within the children. Okay. And unfortunately, one of the children that benefited, who had an heart attack, unfortunately passed away.
Oh, sorry.
And these are things that are happening, and I am Mankowa Put Askanbi Nyuhamne, the 66 plus children victims committee are still doing the needful in terms of making sure that justice is done
Thank you.
is served as far as that particular, yes.
And then so
I go to them with cause.
So the protest for Fununu, it was all about that, because you can see they hired a van, and the van was playing the video of these victims. So they want justice for those victims. They want justice for those babies. You understand? That was part of their protest. The other part of their protest is like they want the president to respect term limit, because that was his campaign promise. This were things, it was not made by them, but it was the made of the president. Momsi Boba more promised Gambian people there. He is going to rule this country. I mean, any good bunyofi, they must respect the town limit. And now he is there, he doesn't want to respect the town limit. So, I mean, you understand one thing. Sometimes like need to show their displeasure or anything, you know, like the UDP la. What na ko fi mané even sa jabar so la bañé lal nga ko la UDP la yow suma UDP nga. So lolu I think we have to change that mindset. Protest was happening here time Jammeh time bum demone su démé UN they protest against him. In fact, Sabali and Fatou Kamara has a problem there. I remember. You understand? Tangari and others. They have, you know, I mean, push and pull with you know, I mean, yes. So all those things happening there with Nyom Coach Pasambojo Nduga. You understand? I mean, and then to see those things as fine, and now, and in fact, let me tell you something. Dr. Smela Sise and the co, and they were all part of that fight.
No, violent.
They were all part of that fight. You understand?
No, it's not.
They were
it's none of your tone.
Let me tell you something. That Duga.
Please.
Duga.
Yeah.
That Duga. For Duga, is it Duga, right? Duga, yeah, D-U-G-A. Yeah, that Duga, they were the people who organized GDF to empower the President Barrow 2016. The funding, they were the people who organized it for President Barrow to come to power. And now, what they expect from the president, they see that he's not doing that.
All right.
It's ruling this country. The economy is failing. Everything is failing. I mean, the basic communities are increasing every day. So they are Gambians. They work so hard in America. They're sending their money here, and they are not seeing the benefit of the money they're sending in Gambia. That is why they came out to protest.
All right.
And then I just want to make this clear.
Okay.
Balangadem. Protest also, like I'm always with Honorable Lumwa. Sooner the protest time, it's always important we did it responsibly.
Okay.
Responsibly. Our voice need to be heard, but it's also important. Let us not say because others we are doing it irresponsibly, so we will also do it irresponsibly. I mean, the more our democracy is getting mature, the more we should also get mature in terms of doing protests. And I'm calling on the IGP also, and whoever is responsible in giving permit, you understand, to allow, when people apply for permit, give them permit to express their feeling, because that will allow Gambians in this country will able to come out and protest against whatever bad system is going on here. But if you are denying us permit, come on. I mean, the only thing we will do, we will call the people in the diaspora to go and protest because they don't demand permit. They don't need permit to do protest there. So that's why they protest against them.
Oh, you call them. No, yow la bëgg nga jeexal. Wow.
Associating all these protests with UDP, man, I will agree with him on that.
Yes.
Because the thing is, for example, when you saw some of the messages, it was written, system change. You know, the PDOIS, you're number one advocate when it comes to system change in this country. So why do we have to associate that protest with the United Democratic Party? I think that is very unfair, and I think this should be known by the Gambian people. It was Gambians that we are protesting, and they protested.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Mr. Kurang, lan kay wax ci this protest bi nga xamne some Gambians def nañ ko United Nations against President Barrow and his ministers.
Jërëjëf Garmay. Fu ma dooree mooy waaw system change moom PDOIS la waaye kenn xamul PDOIS ci saaga. You know, so that's one. Two, balaa maa fàtte suma honorable bi wax na loo xam ne foog ma repeat phrase bi foog ñu def lu ñu war a def boo ko laajee affaire constitution bi moom understand very well that is a parliamentary responsibility déglu naa Suwaybu Touré déglu naa Khalifa déglu naa moom the three of them they don't belong to the same party but they are saying the same thing this is purely pour indi loi bu ees parlement bi ñoo ko moom te moo tax mu ne foog ñu def lu ñu war a def te dama mujjee fu ma commencé lu nekk dafa am lu moo doxee ku jàng alquran nga jàng hadis nga xam nii la moo demee doo mun a nekk ne nga ma ne man maa nee xel te dama génne suma yëfi jurisdiction how to bring a fatwa because I invent my own way because I'm intelligent amut ku jàng angale loolu amut kuy dem si gese bi tam da nga xam ne ni sama sitan kata ni sol kantale til kandon ke bulale ye ta ko kurunding ana ñaalam Gambians duñ mun a wax ne because danga am media house or because danga am right to demonstrate yow danga war a invent your own way of demonstration or your own way of writing newspaper. Daily Mail is in UK. It's a tabloid newspaper but they have office suñ la waxee dara loo xam ne neexut la dang leen a yóbbu court and then they pay money and it's a tabloid. yow soo buggee nekk newspaper bu am reputation nga ne danga am xaalis danga am leen establish an office in Gambia doo mun a def your own way nga ne I am developing Gambia foo ko musa gisee in Japan England or America you cannot bring any example nga ne am developing but you have no reference lu nekk dafa am lu moo demee ñeneen bi gars mi man mi nga gis ne ci lu ma nekk loolu laa nekkoon 26 years ago bank auditor laa woon maa fi binda against a bank ñu togloo ma I don't have a job that was in 1998 waaye fu mu nekk ni su ma bindee di nga am koo xam ne amul 20 years sax mu tontu ma mu wax xam ne loo xam ne moom sax amul lu moo lu nekk dafa am lu moo demee ma jógee foofu nag man ma def naa fi demonstration time Yahya Jammeh in Jolof ñu génne mbalit si Kairaba Avenue Yahya was here man dem naa commission di tax commission ma wax George bi dëgga ñu yóbbu ma NIA ma fanaan fa for the weekend Yahya Jammeh mu fi woon whenever I see something dama koy wax man maa fi génna na 2017 fekk 609 benn parti la woon ma ne corruption mu ngi am ñu togloo ma génnaat fii Baro mu win ma endorse ko man maa Alhaji Momor Njie ba tey kenn disputed ko gars yi weddi ko waaye mayoral election bi nangu nañ ko député bi nangu nañ ko def naa ko fii man dama wax dëgga su fekkee ne sax man kenn maay wax dëgga jaa al haq wa zahaqa al batil wa inna al batil kana zahuqa man bu ma wax dëgga du tey because dama am suma I am employing myself for 26 years ni kenn nekkut di ma employ naa fi 300 youths di leen fay salary so I will say what I say Gambia fii lu nekk dafa am lu moo demee kenn du mun a am business nga in America maa ngi seetaan TV every day gisuma kenn koo xam ne saaga na Donald Trump ci kanamam it's called verbal assault you will be arrested and handcuffed and taken to jail if you do that to Donald Trump why because nga ne Gambian minister la man maa am fit dama dem New York ma saaga looy saagee soo ko defee Donald Trump dañ laa saaga won ma benn video boo xam ne nit taxaw na di abuse the mother of Donald Trump di abuse the mother of Kamala Harris or one of the ministers in America in UK and America is called verbal assault fu ma commencé foofu laay mujjee lu nekk ci àdduna bi dafa am lu moo demee yow su fekkee ne am nga li nga def nga ne man lii laay def because patriote la yow foo ko teg ban réew mi nga ko gis ci àdduna bi fii wax ma ko ma xam ne yaa ngi def dëgga su fekkee ne media house nga yaa ngi ron sa media bi num na neexee foo ko tegee ndax Japan nga ko gisee ndax America nga ko gisee yow yaa ngi koo def ci Gambia bi because Gambians yi xamuñ dara nga ne maa ngi def lu baax honorable thank you very much for coming I appreciate you and I appreciate your
time bi dafa jeex ma du ma joxaat kenn ci panélistes yi so ci yow laa ñëw jeexale Jos dama bëgg ñu dikk ci draft constitution bi lan mooy sa position ci draft constitution bi coow li bari na te itam parliamentarian nga te ñu ngi expect ne draft bi xëy na dina ñëw ci parliament bi maybe December I don't know maybe di ma correct lan mooy sa position ndax Gambien si nit nañ new draft new constitution ndax ñu bëri jàpp nañ ne this 1997 constitution bëri na loi yu fa nekk yoo xam ne méngoowul ak réew moo xam ne dafa bëgg a am démocratie bu ñu war a roy so ma bëgg laa laaj ci loolu rek xëy na nga addu ci balaa ñu jeexal programme.
jërëjëf Garbi loolu laajte ni am na solo torop parce que tey ku ma xam na ne maa ngi si néegi député yi nekk fa di liggéey comme nu ma war a liggéeyee soo ma laajee nag si loo xam ne ñëw na si suma liggéey loolu dama see kontaan torop pour tontu parce que fu may commencé mooy a new constitution is the most anticipated document that the Gambian people are looking forward to since 2017 up to date. Because I believe that it is part of the transitional justice process that was promised to the Gambian people. When Adama Barrow and the coalition was campaigning and when they came to office. Beyala Def, his government, the first thing that they did in parliament, apart from the amendments that they made in terms of the age limit to be in an office or for the recalling of a member of parliament to be repealed. Lugay Def Moy, they came with an act of parliament, that is the CRC Act, which was very key. And I believe that it is also very important when we sit on such platforms to bring the history. Even though I was not in parliament, but I was following the proceedings and also understanding the dynamics it was going towards to. Yalla def tamit consultations you guys def at the city, or in the city rather. I was part of the consultation because by then I was the IPRO of the city council and I coordinated the program by arranging all the three constituencies in the city of Banjul to come together and meet the CRC team. That is the commissioners and their team. So when that happened, we were able to come up with a draft that was introduced in Parliament in 2020. We call it the Draft Constitution 2020 in Parliament. ñu ñëpp gis ne naka la demee. First, second reading, it was thrown out of Parliament. ñu ne lan, what was the excuse? ñu ne political will. I am also telling you, as I am talking to you right now, the same political will is still affecting the process. But I will not go further because the fact of the matter is, as a responsible representative, the document is gazetted by the Ministry of Justice. And when a document is gazetted, there is a process that is 100 days according to the laws. After 100 days, it will be brought to Parliament. Because I understood even 2 weeks ago, members of Parliament were questioning the Minister of Justice in Parliament concerning the draft constitution in terms of consultation. I can remember, and it's on records, I rose up in Parliament and with the permission of the Speaker, I said to honorable members, why do we have to ask the right question at the wrong time? This document is just been gazetted by the government. And now it will take a period to be introduced to Parliament. As I am talking to you, there is no official hard copy of the document to us as members of Parliament. So why do we have to advance the conversation? All what I will say is that, yes, I was privy to get access to the soft copy, and I went through most of it, to be honest, most of it. Why not with all these talks that are happening right now? Because this draft also was shared in the public domain. Now, the Ministry of Justice and the government will not even change and now bring what they want after listening to people's opinion. So, right now, they bring the cat in front of the horse. What am I trying to prove? I will tell you I am not that responsible guy. Okay. So the other thing Lumai work more, no matter what, as far as the new draft is concerned, my consideration and what I foresee is that it must reflect the aspiration of the Gambian people, because I call it the Gambian book. It belongs to us, Gambians.
Draft bi noko gisee.
Draft Buma read man, I have seen a lot of alterations, to be honest, compared to 2020 draft bi. Why tamit luñ lay feel pour understand mooy Garmi with the team Parliament is not changing or is not amending or repealing 2020 draft. We are repealing 1997 Constitution. And people need to understand this. People need to understand this. And I can fully recall, because I've been following Honorable Halifa Sallah.
Okay.
Because the thing is, dem naa to the extent ne, su fekkee ne ñun ñu ngi wax ne 1997 constitution bi, 2024 new draft bi will be better than it. Mooy gën 1997 constitution. Why not? We go in for it. Why su fekkee ne, and that will be my stand. Su fekkee ne, because man lu ma lay gis nit yi di isi back and front in terms of comparing the 2020 draft and the 2024 new draft. Man pour wax la dëgg rek. What I understand is ne 1997 constitution bi leen am intention pour change. Su fekkee ne the 2024 new draft is not fit enough to change the 1997 constitution, it's better we continue with the 1997 constitution, and as Halifa suggested, Honorable Halifa Sallah, we amend what we want to amend as a country. Ñun foofu lañ njëkk feel as a country. Because why do we have to take all those taxpayers' money and put it in this constitution? Boo xam ne at the end of the day, first, second reading, it was thrown out of parliament. Okay. And people need to understand this. And these are things, these are factual things that people need to understand. Okay. As parliament, it will be our legacy to have a new constitution, but a constitution that will reflect the aspiration of the Gambian people. Okay. But at the same time, let us understand, we are not changing 2020 draft constitution. That is not a document now. We are changing the 1997 constitution.
Thank you, Honorable.
And this is something that we must understand. But again, and I repeat again, I will never be in part of any group or part of any parliament that will adopt a document, especially when it comes to our book as a country, that will not reflect the aspiration of the Gambian people.
Thank you so much.
And I want to make that very clear.
Right.
And it can be on records. It's not about party, because to be honest, man, in parliament, you don't see UDP now. You see Banjul North. I am representing the people of Banjul North constituency under the ticket of United Democratic Party.
Thank you so much. Yeah. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Honorable. Dama lay bàyyi nga tàggoo. Thank you for coming. Xam naa ne dinañ am yeneen waxtaan, xam naa du ñàkk breakfast. So su ko defee yooyu ñu mën a wax si yeneen.
Xam naa ne ñu ngi am time constraint. Waaye comme na ñu loon follow this recent third ordinary session. Unfortunately, we could not have an adjournment debate, which was a very sad moment for all of us, especially ñun who voted to go forward, to go ahead rather, in terms of having an adjournment debate. With the majority come in parliament, voted against us, and they won. But I want to put it to record. The adjournment debate is not only about ministers present in parliament. If ministers are not present, they have technocrats. And I believe that even most of the work is done by the technocrats. Their PS and their teams.
Yes.
So they should come and listen to us. And most of the time, whatever we say in parliament in terms of our problems from our constituencies, and by extension the entire country, the government or the ministers don't do nothing about it. So why should we adjourn the adjournment debate, or let's say the session, sigh and die without debate? That was a very unfortunate part. But I will seize the opportunity to talk about current issues in this country. Because the fact of the matter is, as someone, we are very concerned, especially when it comes to addressing the needs and the concerns of our people. Because currently, as a representative from Banjul, so lengthfully third ordinary session, I asked the Minister of Works and Transport the issue of giving us an update of the cost of the Banjul Road Rehabilitation Project. And I can remember he said the initial amount was $35 million plus dollars. And now, as we are talking, it's about $43 million plus dollars. and the amendment was made by them. I am putting it to the minister, and I will still bring it to parliament. That process was illegal. Do you know why?
Why?
Because when the project was to be executed in the city of Banjul, the main purpose was to facelift the city of Banjul, which we all accept and agree and applaud the government. They brought the documents to parliament to approve it. So if there is any amendment, why should they come back to parliament and inform us that this is what happened and there is an amendment? We need to expand the amount, the cost. Because, for example, we have seen what happened with the OIC. The OIC roads, the Barton Harding road, the famous Barton Harding road. The full money didn't come at the same time. But as it was to come, it was brought to parliament to ratify, to assent to approve. But why not this particular one?
All right.
This particular one. Why it didn't happen?
Please, Matar, allow him.
Why it didn't happen? So I think these are fundamental things. Can I
please allow him time.
Can I come? Because I am making very important points, and this directly affects the people that I represent.
Continue.
Because why I am very concerned. When this project came into effect, it was here to address 3 issues. The road system of the city, the sewage system, and the drainage. As I am talking to you, I have the videos in my phone, just day before yesterday. We are still struggling with our sewage system as a city. So you get the poop, which is very unfair. So this is unacceptable, and these are things your government needs to come forward and address it as soon as possible. Because the thing is, I even went further and asked the minister, the same minister, about the sanitary equipment that is part of the project, and he said $2.5 million was catered for in terms of buying compactors for the waste management of the city, and also a sewage truck. Why are they waiting to purchase these equipments? So this is my concern.
Honorable.
I don't know whether the time is up, but I really want to bring forward issues.
No.
But what I will do is, it's fine. I understand. Gami. Yes, Gami.
No. Hey, you are not talking anymore. No. You are not talking.
I just want to ask one.
None of you will talk. Honorable, please. No.
When it comes
We don't have time for that talk. Please. Honorable. Honorable.
Keep quiet, boy. 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 Keep boy.
Yeah, Gami. I understand.
understand the media.
I am bringing things up your hamne. It is of concern to each and every Gambian.
I know.
Because all what I'm saying here today,
Yes.
for example, the Banjul Road Rehabilitation Project, each and every one of us as Gambians, we are directly paying for that. We know it or not. So this should be our concern. And I will tell you one thing. Them throughout the country. Gambia is the only place that each and everyone seated on this platform will say that I have a SIA, because it is our only capital. I cannot go today to Basse and ask for my SIA. You know that. But I can go to Banjul, stand in Banjul and say, where is my SIA? Because it is our capital.
All right.
So seeing the city to another level will be a plus for all of us. But notwithstanding, Garmi, I am more than willing to grant you an interview, an exclusive interview from this program, breakfast, so that we will talk about issues pertaining in this country. Because the thing is, look, man, I'm feeling like I have more to talk about. And I believe that I have more solutions to the Gambian people than even ever before.
Right, I will talk to Amadou. Good morning this Monday.
Please.
I will talk to Amadou Kante. Good morning this Monday. Jerry, thank you so much for coming, Honorable.
OICB is fraud.
Matar, thank you so much for coming, Honorable.
The entire process.
Matar, be professional.
Ministry for
stand by that. The Banjul project is a fraud.
You are not saying Banjul project. You said the OIC project. You said the OIC project. Not Banjul.
Calm down. Please, the program. Well, okay, all right. Matar Jenna. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Honorable, thank you for coming.
Thank you for helping him.
Yeah.
Please, Matar, behave. Please. Honorable, thank you so much for coming. Appreciate your time.
Yeah.
And then you are right. In the either breakfast show, we will talk about this issue or Mawak Amadou.
Yeah, you just check on my schedule because
no problem. I will communicate to you.
I
communicate with you. We have topics to discuss on.
Not to be honest.
Yeah, lol mota.
And I love it.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Mamadou Kurang. Thank you everybody because time began. But anyway, dafa am ko xamne faaw mu nuyu ko muy Ousmane Niang Crédit Latrikunda nit ku baax la so dafay jaay yére yu rafet moo ma sañseel nii tey and then 794 5110 mu ngi tudd Ousmane Niang ku baax la Ousmane Niang mu ngi nekk fi nga xam ne mooy Latrikunda di ko jaajëfal ndomba bi mi ngi noonu ku bëgg si yu rafet yi rek waaw mun nga ko def foofu mi ngi noonu su ko defee tamit kii nii c'est brother to me ñoo bokk di same father Mansour Mbaye muy borom Source Graphics Design and Printing dafa am place bu bees bu jëm ci wàllu design and printing lépp loo xam ne bëgg ngeen ko ci wàllu design and printing boo jokkoo ak moom di nga ko fa am ci yu xéwale nag te itam ci design bu rafet boo xam ne dina la ko defal moom Mansour Mbaye Garmi soo ko contacté rek si ndombaam di nga ko am muy 755 7097 mu defal la xeetu printing boo xam ne rek bëgg nga ko di nga ko am foofu jërëjëf honorable Modou Lamine Biram Ba kontaan nañ bu baax yi media friendly foo ko woo dafay wuyu kontaan nañ trop te am naa dinañ la amaat suñu réew waaye dinañ la amaat feneen thank you everyone di gërëm Manga Aboubacar Manga di ko gërëm bu baax Omar Fati team suñu réew di gërëm Hadi Diassi ak defe naa Salimata ak ñu nekk ci contrôle room bi lépp Bousséri Kanté fàttewuma ko an ñëpp ñu participer ci édition tey bi ba mu dem successful yéen ñu doon seetaan ak foo leen ñu mën di seetaani jërë ngeen jëf ñu ngi jégalu tamit amoon na yeneen yoo xam ne dëxëñoon nañ ko ci biir comment section bi lépp nañ ko ba ba bële di ñëw xam naa yéen a ngi wax tamit mbiri ubbi line si waaye dinañ jéem a xool daal nen la ñuy def ba nga gis ne dinañ mën a ubbi line si yéen tamit ngeen mën di participer jërë ngeen jëf bokk yi dig leen daje àllarba ba bële di ñëw incha allah